Siren's head. Hello. Hello. Welcome to episode 23, I believe. 24? Yes, 24. Welcome to episode 24 of Realm of the Chaos King. Still within the loom of all things, Osiren having just read Only Questions by Malin Grenmore. Mitos and Humphrey Regalius standing off a bit while he read that, and Nasu Fims up top, sitting upon a fern, thinking on his own thoughts. Osiren, what would you like to do?
Oh. Okay. I guess I'll have a look around the shop.
Make an investigation check. Are you going to let anyone else help you?
No.
Okay. Then roll an investigation check.
But I will give myself oh my god. Siren shit.
You didn't give me any.
A flash of genius.
Ah. I miss those.
Right?
Yeah.
Investigation, right?
Yes. God damn it, man. Stop. You gotta stop fucking laughing like that.
Plus 10.
That's a 20. No, that's a 30.
Stop it.
Dude, stop, bro.
This is 32, 33.
That's the highest roll we've had so far, I think.
I get a plus 13 investigation.
What the fuck?
I haven't even leveled up yet. So what
Okay,
am I?
man.
What are you buying?
I'm mad at you, man.
At 33.
It is July 5th, by the way.
Mm.
So this is
Several months in the...
This is 18 days about after the events of what is going on with Eupheme and...
Oh, this is after.
Yes, this is still afterwards. Okay, so you make an investigation check. Not only do you see a plethora of artificer tools, blacksmith's tools, carpentry tools, tailoring tools, the loom of all things still upon its raised area, but you also see a lot of notes, a lot of scribblings, notebooks, pads strewn about the area. Would you like to look at those?
Absolutely.
When you...
Okay, so this is the first you find.
Damn. Ooh. Handout time, baby.
Before you read that, Nasu, what are you doing?
I am just, what's the word? Not peering. I'm just keeping a steady eye on
the entrance.
entrance that they went in. Yeah.
Okay.
Down.
Are you looking for anything in particular?
I'll scan. Jesus Christ. I'll scan the area, to see if I can see any other unusual movement in the periphery.
Make a perception check.
Okay.
I think you had like a +8, so that's like a 26.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So you are
God damn.
looking
Yeah.
for that. All right, sounds good.
Okay.
So you find that first like scribbling.
Should I read it?
Yes.
If I can. It is difficult, is it not, to be happy in such times? Oh, it's called The Last Voyage. What emotion might that be? How do I feel, or how do I know, wow. How do I know how it is spelled? I do not remember its taste on my tongue, nor do I recall its sensation in my belly. Happiness. A joke no doubt played upon me by some self-righteous gods, far removed from life and all things rife within it. What purpose do gods serve to begin with? Last I looked, the lands existed without their care, cared for instead by those they have forsaken. Last I walked within those same fields, the wind blew without the permission of Fanes?
Veins.
God, it was obvious. Baldir and Pontus. Last I can remember, justice and retribution. No, those things are absent, just as the gods of their domain remain as well. My family is dead. They lay above me in the ruins of our house, scorched by the looseness of my lips and the open arms of my trust. I have not left this room for fear the assassins still linger, and though I know that to be the right thing to do, for if they were to find this place, and though I know that to be the right thing to do, for if they were to find this place, but it matters not, for I feel nothing but cowardice. I do not feel like a hero, for I will never be remembered, nor will my wife or my 2 beautiful children. We will be forgotten by all, and I have hid for nothing. I have let them die just to be thrust into the ruins of mankind, under the rug of someone else's creation. And I will have hid and heard the screams of my wife from beneath the stone. I will have hid and imagined my children clinging to the husk of their lives before they too fell. And I have hid as their souls hopefully swam into the rivers of mortem. But I hide no longer, and I have wept the tears of a lifetime within the cells of glorious passion. I will do what I know how to do. I will build, and these machinations of mine will not be used for such idle games as they have been. They will not be for observation nor discovery of anything but pain. Holy shit.
What the fuck?
Papa?
He hid? Where is he now? We didn't find a corpse down here, did we?
No,
No,
we did not.
we did not. He's not here.
Bro.
And he's not with Titus.
No, he's not.
Next to that, you find some more scribblings, if you would like to look at those.
Mm-hmm. He's fucking alive? A loathsome existence. Hatred grows from the rich soil that contains me. It has become fertilized from the pain, shame, and rage that spews from such a strange body, and from the rain that no doubt spills upon the ashes of that ruin above. This body or shape is within me, though I know not what it is. Its face is wetted from the tears that fall from a beraggled and foreign face, a face I still do not recognize. Who is this man? Is this a man I see? Or simply a shape, a trembling and wheezing shape I see upon the cold ground? At my feet they beg me to stop, and lo, I wish for nothing else. For that shape has become me, and all I say to it is this: dead is the wondrous adventure of Varun Grenmore, my friend. Dead are the memories he held, lovely and brilliant they are. Dead is his body, held much by the love unbridled and true. Dead is the mind of his thoughts, the home of his knowledge, and the key to his self. And dead is his soul, stripped by the life that promised him so much more. Then I say this: but though he is gone, may his mangled soul still find the family he lost. May he find the path to happiness once more. May he gaze upon the warm and gorgeously loving memories of his past. May he find peace with it all, and may I find the justice they all deserve. And as I speak these words that fall like molten lead from cracked lips, the wobbling shape weeps, filling my chambers and drowning my own emotion. It is here I stay. It is here I work. And it is from within this grave I will rise and drag those deserving down, those deserving of a millionfold this pain I feel. I will drag them down into the grasp, not of mortem, but of his threadbare soul, of this threadbare soul of mine. And they will know. Yes, they will know of this absence of justice I have felt, for it is not justice that I seek. I know that I will find none. Nay, I seek pain, and I will have it.
What the fuck does that mean?
Scorched earth, baby.
Yeah. Varun Grenmore. Varun's... Is there more?
Did you want to look for more?
Yeah,
All right.
I'll keep looking.
Then you find what you are looking for near the loom of all things.
Oh, she chunky.
Ooh.
The loom of all things. I have prepared for my leave, and have long since searched the ruins above for his family. I have found 2 bodies, one small and one large. One is no doubt his wife, and the other is a child of his. He has wept centuries to do. He has wept in centuries. Wow. He has wept and continues to do so, though I cannot. I buried his wife's remains within the garden, unmarked, right next to his child. He had 2 children, if I remember correctly, a boy and a girl. I'm not sure which of them survived, so I will address this to you there. This is the loom of all things, and if you are reading this, you are aware of why it is named as such. This is your birthright, and a tool of staggering power created by your family. As a last wish to Varun, I will detail how to use it so that you may carry on your family's tradition. Magic has an innate connection with the soul, it seems. The soul is used as a filter for its power, a lightning rod, so to speak. The soul then converts the magic into its usable state, and whether through an innate ability to transform its power or through the knowledge to do so, it is made into a spell. This conversion is known as the Symphony of the 2 Moons, the soul being one of these moons and the pools of Hecate being the other. Very obviously, this is also in reference to Hecate being the goddess, not only of magic, but of the 2 moons as well. The 2 moons in this case, in the case of Hecate being the moon of the magical tide and the moon of the mortal tide. It is within our soul that we convert this this usable magic into something tangible, i.e. the schools of magic. You may think the loom is strange as you read this then, for how is it that an inanimate object is able to harness magic without a soul? Well, it is not harnessing it. It's simply attracting the residual power of Hecate to it, like a magnet, and then giving form to that power through the threads you see dangling from the hands plunging out from the stone above it. Each hand you see is holding a thread of a certain kind of magic. The loom and whatever magic and brilliance made it is able to differentiate the types of magic in the air. This is possible due to the rampant use of magic through time, often in very volatile fashions and in very high amounts. Each time magic is used, as Malin Grammore explained it, it leaves a residue upon the land along the threads connecting the user's soul to it. Along the lands, connecting the user's soul to it. The residue is spread in the winds, in the waters, and through the soil. When one wears the Grenmorian goggles, did he actually make them? You can actually see the stray threads of magic floating in the air like spider webs upon the wind, though many float against it. This may seem odd, though. As it turns out, it appears very much by design. This may seem odd, though, as it turns out, it appears very much by design. From their observations, when land has a high concentration of magic that was not used for evil, that land thrives, if it were an integral part of their living. On the other hand, land steeped in magic that was in fact evil is marred void of that same potency of life. What is evil magic? Well, the Grenmores believed that the only difference was the intent behind it, the will of the user's mind, body, and soul that bent the power of Hecate to a certain end. Why this is the case, among other lingering questions, was never answered, and so the loom exists, and there is no real answer as to why, but you must use it regardless. To use the loom, you must weave a core from the threads of magic, a heart, so to speak, of whatever you wish to create. The loom removes any trace of a signature left upon the magic it attracts, but magic is sensitive, and thus your intent, your emotion, and your state of mind will affect the heart you tailor into being. And as it beats to the rhythm of your soul. And from it will fly the threads of your intent. So, tread carefully. Think of what you wish to accomplish and think hard, for if you do not dig deep, you will not see what you truly desire, and that is what the goddess of magic will see. You walk upon her shores when you craft with magic, and thus the lens you must look through is not your own, but of glass made from her beaches. It is hard, and there are many times in which you will fail, but you will persist. Actually, perhaps you will not fail. For no matter what Grimoirian child you are far more talented than either of your parents. A weaver core is the essential piece of many magical items, not all. Some are forged much like an alchemical process. This is a human method of magical crafting, and the Grenmores have had no idea where or why this became the case. The alchemical process is called ex terra bona, which means, roughly translated from black speech, from the good ground. Whereas the crafting of magical hearts or seeds from radiated magic is called botar actel nodel, or in common, botany of the moon. This is the elven, and draconic method of arcane smithing, or as we know it today, artificery. The primary difference between ex terra bona and the other one, or to simplify it, alchemical and botanical artificery, is that alchemical artificery is frequently more potent, and in the Grenmore experience, there are far more possibilities in the combinations you are capable of making. However, also from their experience, botanical artificery is far more stable, easier to make, and the magic lasts longer. This is, of course, in direct opposition to the staff they found in the sprouts, which, if I had to guess, was not botanical in make. There is, of course, many more types of artificery that one may use as well, though there is little knowledge of these methods, so I cannot detail them here. Well, actually, I can tell you of one. Ooh. Sorry.
Yes.
Sanguinis, Asteris, Fabrica, or Forge of the Bloody Stars. That sounds dope. This is in combination of both botanical and alchemical artificery. This is by far the most powerful combination of artificery that the Grenmores were aware of, and it so happens was the method they used to craft their wondrous items of the arcane. Typically, this, what we'll call combination artificery, is possible due to the instability of the item. Typically this, what we'll call combination artificery, is impossible due to the instability of the item. The ingredients set out into the item for the alchemical aspect of the creation react poorly to the seed of magic planted within it. The loom, however, is capable of crafting seeds of Hecate far more stable and secure than any other method of their weaving, at least more stable than the Grenmores have ever seen. That is not to say the loom did all of the work. No. For the loom is but a tool, and tools work only as well as the hands that wield them. Weaving the seeds of Hecate is an incredibly difficult and oftentimes dangerous task. It requires both a creative mind capable of solving complex patterns and a steady hand capable of threading the smallest of needles. Unfortunately, since no one is there to show you the correct forms the seeds must take, or the correct patterns you must tailor, it is unfortunate that this writing will only show you the simplest of them. The most important thing to know is that the magic will attempt to weave patterns of its own while you thread it through the loom. These are the streams of Hecate, and they tell a story of their own, seeking to craft something of their own fruition. These streams do craft things on their own, though the end results of these naturally occurring patterns are what Malin Grenmore titled arcane anomalies. These anomalies are incredibly volatile and unpredictable. As a botanical artificer, it is your job to see these patterns and guide them, weave them into the pattern of stability. Therein lies the skill, the unparalleled talent of the Grenmores and of artificers as a whole. A skilled botanical artificer may see these patterns and craft new ones of their own, aware of the tendency of the arcane and able to predict their next moves, reading their language, so to speak, and speaking back to it to come to an understanding. This is how the Grenmorian goggles were crafted. Though new threading discovered by Varun that allowed them to see the otherwise invisible threads of through new threading discovered by Varun that allowed them to see the otherwise invisible threads of the soul. Only those with a knowledge of the arcane can practice either form of artificery. For when weaving the seeds of Hecate, one must use their own magic to germinate the seed, leaving your signature upon the item, and sealing the seed, tying those loose threads, so to speak. But it is worth noting here that there have been instances the Grenmores were aware of in which a magic so strong, so potent, was filtered through an object or thing that it became magical in and of itself. They were not sure why or how this occurred, though it is interesting to note all the same. That is all I have for you. Good luck. And know this. You will always be that which fills their life's Oh. God, it's always the fucking end. You will always be that which fills their life's seventh circle, no matter where they are. Be them a tree, a halfling, a cat, or a dog. The threads of their souls will always connect to yours. May you be guided always, but not led along. May you feel their embrace, but not their weight. Bring these words with you, and may your eyes serve you ever well still. For there are many timeless things to behold. Your life is one of them. I only wish he could have seen it too.
Was it signed by anyone?
No. At this point, the point is that there's no one, right? Lost but not lost, I guess.
Are you still keeping a lookout at this point?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There is more.
Oh my goodness.
Stop.
Right. Tel Glorio Regicide? Did I pronounce that right?
Yes, you
Of course
did.
I- no, I
Regicide?
did.
You did.
Awesome.
Regicide?
Grenmorian Warship. The murdering of one's king is not an easy task made exponentially harder when that lonesome ruler is a dragon. That is why Varun Grenmore spent his last 2 months in this cell, crafting this miracle of both engineering and artificery. He calls it Tel Glorio Regicide, or the Glorious Regicide. It is the first of its kind, a vessel that travels not upon the ground, nor does it sail on the sea. No, this vessel flies into the sky. Truly incredible, is it not? For certain, is there a more suitable way to murder a flying monster than to become one?
Yeah, baby!
Nice. I would certainly protest if you put forth another, for I do not believe there to be a method better. Varun will not be using this vessel. He has no use for it, as his targets are smaller than that of a dragon. However, he hopes one of his offspring will find enough hatred in their hearts to use this against the appropriate clientele.
Shut up. What a charged sentence that was. No, I mean, like,
You find one last.
stop. But wait, there's more.
Oh my god.
He's a Billy Mays with the
You just
handouts.
hear the whole
Oh my
time.
god. Oh, that's a dickie.
Dicky.
It says Clink. It says Clink, volume 1473.
What do you mean, volume
Volume
1473?
If you
412 other claims.
Lamech sent me Osiren's background 2.5 years ago, and it said that the last volume Osiren remembered his father getting to was 1472 in the library.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So Clink.
Man, fuck.
And I met Clink that one time.
You met Clink one time.
Yeah.
He was a really nice guy, though. When you met him.
Eufeme knows him.
Nasu knows him.
All right.
Nasu, why aren't you here?
This will be my last written works as Varun Grenmore. I have lost myself within this place. Resigned my mind to the dark and gloomy pits of insanity, for there I am far less unhappy. However, I write this now in what I hope is the last moments of lucidity, for the mental being we imbued with the eternal soul has come alive before my very eyes. I was working on my various machinations of torture, pain, and murder for any variety of wizard to come my way when I heard a sound from behind me. It was a grinding, loud thud, and I thought my heart might stop right then and there. I reached for a nearby sword, grabbed an alchemical bomb, and squinted viciously in the direction of the assassins finally come to kill me. But lo and behold, it was no assassin, but a rather toothy and large metal being that had sat up upon one of the many tables strewn about through the loom. He did not speak, nor did he make any sound at all, really. But he did look at me for a long time, and while I stood in complete disbelief, I approached very wearily, careful not to startle him, for fear that he would crush me beneath his very, very large body. But he did no such thing. In fact, as I approached, he gently patted my head. I thought for certain he would kill me with this strange metal appendage, but it was the most gentle caress I had felt by any other than my own wife. Naturally, I began to weep, and weep I did. I vigorously embraced the metal being, for in that moment I maybe Malin's soul had made it into the anomaly, and that is why the being rose to life. So I screamed and wept tears of both joy and shame as I cried for her forgiveness, slowly kneeling before her in my wallowing despair. Luckily, I know now that this is not the case, for now he had decided to identify with, and I quote, whatever I am. I have no qualms. Has quickly learned the language of common, and after only a few weeks of learning, he has told me nothing. He knows nothing. In fact, he barely knows what nothing is, and was simply brought into being as you and I were, and remembers nothing before that. Nor is he some omnipotent demigod with the knowledge of the universe, much to my chagrin. No, he is simply a metal man, and a very kind one, in fact. I have never seen a person as genuinely nice as he is. I believe this is due to the fact that he has not learned anything other than kindness, and I'm sure the wonderfully potent emotions from my outbursts as well. But he has not seen hate, rage, violence, or greed. He's untainted and made into being by the world itself. He is not predisposed to any illness or vice by his parents, nor has his mind been molded by their mistakes, as mine no doubt were. No, for again, he is a product of the world, the universe, of life, and life's only vice is kindness. Perhaps I could say something such as, well then I must teach him of these things, for otherwise he will suffer in the real world. Fuck that. If I could, I would have never even thought of my children, never even taught my children the world's hate or rage, greed or murder, violence or war. What use do any of these have? What use is hate? Hate is nothing but poison. Poison only for oneself. And rage is not anger. It is not release. It is a prison to drink that poison of hate. These are not emotions one's needs, but they become emotion one wants. And lo, I have been found wanting. My soul weighed many times by the universe or gods, wherever they may be. But this man, this strange metal man, wants not but joy. I'll be damned if I can't try to give him that, even if I have a long drink of the poison. He has named himself Clink. He has done so because I was chiding him for the amount of noise he makes, and in my jest I mocked the sound his feet make against the stone of our prison home. He found that quite humorous and has decided that the sounds I made will be his name. I like it. Clink Grenmore. Well, it certainly doesn't roll off the tongue like my family's names typically do. Perhaps along with my other projects, I workshop a middle name for him. He asked me what he was today. I couldn't answer. I still have no idea what he is or why he is, so I told him just that I didn't know. He took it fairly well, but I could tell he wasn't pleased with it regardless. I think I made a mistake after that. I told him about the eternal soul that rests within his chest. Most likely I will regret that later, but I did what I did. He then proceeded to ask what that was. I couldn't answer. He asked me where it was from, and I told him the forest. He asked which forest, and I told him the sprouts, and so on. The string of questions went on for a while, but eventually it landed on who the other person was who helped me find the eternal soul. I told him it was my wife, and that she was gone now. He asked what that meant, and so went a long talk about what death was. He appeared to take the concept well, but then he said something a bit strange. I don't know if I can do that, he said. I'm not sure if he meant death or dying, but it sure seemed like it. I've been losing myself more frequently lately, slipping back into the recesses of my mind. I'm sure it's perfectly safe for Clink to be around me. As he is not wanted by that side of my psyche, but I cannot just leave him here when I set off next month. I will not be bringing him, that is certain. For those I wish to slaughter, wish for nothing else, I am sure. I will not be bringing him, that is certain. For those I wish to slaughter, wish for nothing else, I am sure. I must think of something else. What that is, I don't know. I feel like that is all I do as of late, not knowing things. How topical is that? Regardless, I cannot have him just wander around alone. How cruel that would be. I will think of something. Something odd happened today. I nearly killed a man. I emerged in the morning to finish preparing my belongings for my departure next week when I saw two people standing in the ruins of my manor. They saw me as well, and then the smaller of them began to run at me instinctively. I magically held that one in place and directed my attention to the decrepit-looking one behind them, who began to run at me as well, once the magic had taken hold of his companion. I drew my sword and lost myself in the blinding rage that now constantly bubbles behind my eyes. A few minutes passed, apparently, before I fully regained control. Now, I must confess, I am fully aware when this happens. I do not black out, nor do I lose time, so to speak, but more I just lose all sense of morality or emotion. And I recognize very few faces as friendly. So when I saw when I saw Daemones running at me, I felt no need to hinder my assault. For as it happens, both myself and non-self, as we'll call them, wish to kill this man. For the past few months that I've been lingering in that prison, only coming out to gather food or hunt, much to my disgust. I have steeped in much hatred, as I am sure you now know from reading some of the other writings of mine. During this steeping, my thoughts have wandered from those that directly killed my family to Daemones as well. So, to make a short story long, I nearly decapitated him, only stopped by the pleading of his daughter as I carved through his flesh with my stone blade. I must admit, it took longer than one may hope for me to heal him, as he squirmed on the ground, and again, the only reason I did so was the look of absolute horror on
Lemernora.
Her face. I thought my healing hadn't done anything, to be honest, because his face was so horrifying to begin with. His nose had been cut off, both ears as well. His left eyelids was removed during some sort of acid torture. All of his hair had been burned away. His upper lip is missing much of its flesh, and more than a few teeth had been removed as well. It is only what I saw through his body, though his body was entirely covered and he was wearing gloves. At first, I felt glad, though after they had explained what happened, I felt nothing. Daemones was a part of an organization by the name of the Maxim of Magic. He claims they are a just group of wizards, sorcerers, clerics, and paladins that seek to bring magic to the masses. Now, at this point, I nearly cut his throat again, for I recalled hearing those words screamed while my manor and family were burnt to the ground. However, he also claims that another organization, the name unknown to him, apparently, has been warring with him for some time. He believes this organization is run by Glaucon Meridian, or some other powerful figure. In an attempt to stifle the Maxim's goal of education and power to the people, he theorizes they have successfully carried out a coup within the Maxim itself, taking over their command and issuing demands they otherwise would not give. He was reluctant to give any information, not due to loyalty, but because someone had apparently modified his mind so heavily he could barely remember his own name. Luckily for him, he had a daughter. Any who knew, he had a daughter. Any who knew anything about enchantment magic, especially modified memory, a particularly nasty spell, know that the foundational cues within one's life can help break the magic of the spell bit by bit, allowing access to memories currently shrouded and modified by enchantment magic. I know of no gods of the mind but Cthulhu, and I do not believe they would answer a question as to why that is the case, nor do I care to research it any further. But it is interesting nonetheless. Anyway, he went on to say he remembered the person who had tortured him, a man by the name of Hashton? Neurastus?
Yes.
Bitch!
An up-and-coming archmage of the Dragon's Council. Good. A name is more than I had before. He also claims he once knew who killed my family. He doesn't remember. I thought about removing the spell from his mind, letting his brain turn to mush so that I may derive what information I could from its dispelling, but I contained myself. For what he can remember, every question asked of him was directed towards my family and I. Every question was in regard to our research and what we have found in the sprouts. Again, I wish to kill him, for the looseness of his lips no doubt were the cause of his torture and mine. They got everything except the location of the staff and the temple, for his mind did not have it to steal. Again, I am lucky he was not aware of the loom and where I kept the eternal soul. Who knows what may have happened if he was. Apparently, he just narrowly escaped due to a battle that had erupted within their base of operations, a civil war perhaps in response to the coup. Afterwards, he fled Tristal and has been making his way here on foot. He said he was trying every day to remember more and more, and that he would have come here to remember anything, using my home as a cue or something along those lines. Not knowing they had burned it down. A charming story, no doubt, but useless. That is, with the exception of a little bit of information he gave me, a possible location of their school, as he called it. The exact location is unknown to him, but he claims it was almost a small town of sorts built upon a small island just off the bluffs of Dander, southwest of Trisval. Now I know exactly where I'm heading. I said they could stay the night on the Grenmore Estate grounds, not in the loom, but they have traveled long and far, so I might as well sup with them and allow them safe lodging. I'm going up again to cook with them in what is left of my kitchen. Clink will stay down here. I remember that.
Remember what?
Nothing.
Fucking. He was followed, and we were attacked in the night. I was too swift. It appears as their heads were... wait, hold on. He was followed, and we were attacked in the night. I was too swift, it appears, as their heads were removed far too quickly from their bodies for me to question them. Oh well, what a shame. At least I know the augments in my body work well. They only sent 3, but I doubt that will be the last. And now that they know I'm alive, they will tear this place apart, trying to find what Demones, weak mind, let loose. No, I cannot leave Clink here. I wasn't going to anyway, but now I know that I cannot. For I am sure that the fate of many rests within him. I will do the only thing I can. I will leave Clink with Demones and... Oh...
Lemronora.
Yeah.
Oh.
No doubt they will be chased. No doubt they will be hunted, but that is their burden to bear, for they, the hand they played in my family's death. The only regret I may have is that I have shouldered a far worse burden off to Clink, for Demones and his daughter may feel hunted, but in reality it will be Clink, who will never know peace. And for that, I will never be able to apologize enough. I leave Clink today filled with guilt and disgust. I erased any memory Clink had of our discussion about life, of my face, perhaps. He will remember me, or parts of me eventually, but for now, the first face he will see, the first he will know is...
Lemronora.
I was gonna get it. I requested they will not tell me when they go with him, for if I am captured, I do not wish to expose them as where they go with him, sorry. For if I'm captured, I do not wish to expose them as they did us. All I asked is that they show him kindness, for again, that is all he wishes to see. If one of my children somehow manages to read this, find Clink and, oh God, do not look for me, for I will not exist after this pen leaves this page. I died with you all. At least I wish I had. I love you always. Your father, Varun Grenmore. It's fucking bullshit.
And that is why Clink wished to travel with Osiris so quickly, because the enchantment magic's foundations were diminishing at the sight of Osiris' face.
And I wanted him to go with Osiris.
He told us about that girl too.
Yeah,
Wasn't
Yeah, that was the girl.
But he didn't tell us about
Demones?
Demones.
He did. No, he mentioned.
Daemones' description matches the one that was selling the Grimoires.
Yes, was selling my shit.
Yes. However, what I forgot to mention is that Varun gave him...
I assumed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Remember way back in fucking Trisfall?
Yep. The gunsmith?
He looked like a completely different guy, though. But that was a description that he gave.
No.
No,
That was
he
him?
Fucked up.
Yes.
Yeah, he was-
Fucked up, no
ugly and
hair,
fucked up.
cloak. Yes.
Yeah.
Did he see you?
I haven't caught up with him.
never.
Osiris was like, I'm gonna fuck him up. He's selling my shit. He went to my house.
Fuck, that would have been so nice. That would have been such a cool little story arc to follow.
I
However,
didn't kill him.
it has
You wouldn't
been
have.
many years, over a decade,
Since
and
this was written.
Daemones has
Still going.
tried to... is still going again. The gunsmith said that he sold gear in that year.
Yeah.
And the enchantment magic, he said, was diminishing over time. And at one-
Clink didn't say what happened to Lemronora, right?
left him so that, because she was under the impression that she was the one being hunted.
God damn.
Fucking
Oh, dude.
Hector.
What?
Isn't that the memory he fucking do I still have that memory?
Mm-hmm.
What memory? What memory?
He showed me that beach. He showed me that island when he took my memories.
What island?
The
So he
island where the
knows.
school is.
Oh.
So he knows.
Yeah. Which kind of makes sense that, I mean, it makes sense that he'd be part of.
He's not part of it.
He could be.
He's
Also-
not part of it.
He could be.
He's not part of it. He probably just knows because Baldric for Servies is a little cunt
Whoa,
bitch.
wait, we know now that the Maxim...
And he's a divination wizard.
There's
He
this-
probably went and spied on Baldric for Servius and saw him on a fancy little bitch beach.
But the Maxim was good at.
In a stupid little
was-
speedo.
There's
What
there's
did
a
you say?
schism in the Maxim.
Yeah, there's a based Maxim and an unbased
Mm.
Maxim.
There was a coup.
But the
yes.
unbased Maxim was... Oh, base Maxim was also on the island.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was their school. Because they were teaching
Damn,
people.
that would have been so cool. Charges
You also
him.
find 2 completed magical items. They're very obviously magical.
Mhm.
Okay. You find one on one of the workbenches with a little bow on it.
Oh.
It is a rose, an organic rose, but it is covered with frost, and each petal is a stark white. There's no bit of it that is any color but white. Little bow. on top of it. And next to it, also with a bow, is what looks to be a combination of a flail and a censer. Smoke billows out of it slowly, a little bit of orange.
That's
Flame
sexy. I'm just
coming out of it.
saying. I'm just
Those are the two
saying.
items you find completed.
Chilling.
I would have read all that out loud.
Fern
by the way.
Gully.
Okay. Wow. That is
I forgot he was here.
that is heavy stuff. Where's my things, though? Don't mean to be insensitive, but you promised me goods.
Right.
I'll take that rose. It looks fancy. Fits me.
Sure. You don't want a weapon?
Well, I don't want that.
This is mine.
Okay.
Also, the rose. I can make you something.
All right. What are you making me?
Let me get a look at your sword.
All right.
Which
Hold
one?
that, sorry.
The man or the woman?
Yeah, which one? The woman or the man?
Is that a thing he says?
He has two swords.
swords.
They have two naked people as the the pommel,
pommel.
and they're like in violent orgasm.
Yes.
Do you not remember these?
I must have blocked that shit out.
What we
Yes,
were,
they
what
are.
Vivian
They're
and,
both
Vivian and Humphrey were doing.
writhing in ecstasy. And the woman and the man.
I'll pick up some tongs then.
Okay. Which one do you want?
If I'm going to enchant them, I might as well do them both.
Do them both. That's what I would do as well.
Please.
I missed him.
Inspect them.
Okay. Let me double check to see if they're already enchanted.
Oh,
or not.
yeah.
They might.
He's not
already
that rich.
be. Yes, he is.
He didn't have these two swords when we met him, did we? He
Yes,
only had
did.
one.
He didn't use them.
Ah, he was still dual wielding.
Yes, they are both +1 rapiers.
Okay, I was going to do that.
Yes, they are both +1. And you cannot
Make him
add
sparkle.
enchantments to already enchanted weapons. That is a no-go.
Can't make him sparkle?
However, so what you read is that the Grenmores had heard of some items just being overloaded with magic
Yeah.
and becoming magic. You have found one of these.
Yes.
Glorbax clutched
Oh.
a sword,
Oh.
made it magic with his fist alone.
That was a cool sword. Remember you detected good and
Yes,
evil
I
with
remember.
it?
Yes. That is the only instance
Just
of
fucking smoted a magical item into existence.
Yes. Now, if you were to do something like that, possibly you could double magic something. You could add an enchantment
Oh.
if you were to overload magic.
Oh, let's just do that.
No.
I'll do that. Roll to do that.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so early? I become Glorbax Brandsman.
And I smite this sword.
Okay, so.
I can make you another ring, another rose.
Oh.
It'll smell just as sweet, right?
Poetic, yes. I'm very, down for that.
What color?
What do they do?
Well, they protect you from various things or provide
Some damage?
some
Yes.
damage. Yes.
All right.
Red fire, green poison, so on and so forth. This blue one protects you from cold.
It's a white one.
This white one protects you from cold. The blue one protects you from
Yes, give me a
lightning.
give me a blue one then.
Oh, do you expect to get struck by lightning anytime soon? Holy
You guys
shit,
don't
I
want the
have money.
necromancy one?
Didn't tell him about the necromancy one.
No.
And the black one was my guys.
Well, then I'll take the necromancy one.
I expect to be making a lot of these anyway, so.
Do you have enough silver?
No.
All right.
I actually have no silver, yeah.
Do I have money?
If you read that entirely, your family has a vault somewhere on the
Of
premises
metal.
of metals.
Of metals.
Metals.
Oh.
Adamantine? 5-pound adamantine chunk?
Let's take a walk.
You're very rich.
Should we check on
I forgot I
Nasu?
came from wealth.
I mean, he's just sitting up there in the fern.
I guess he just didn't want to share this moment with me.
Yes, guess not. I guess he preferred being weird and
Hi.
high up, yes.
Maybe he's afraid of, like,
Dungeons.
yeah.
Is this a dungeon?
No.
Yes. Oh.
It's
no.
Seems more like a sanctum.
place of righteous work.
Oh, yes. No, I was just going off of
Legacy.
the prison that he kept referring it to. You know.
Yeah, I don't think that had
Tomb.
much to do with the walls here.
All right. Well, lots of dragons and cool statues outside of the front door. So.
Let's head up.
All right, yes. So you walk past your ancestors, one half dragon, the other human, spanning all the way to your family, to your parents at the end. You walk up the spiral stairs once more. And as you leave, closes behind you automatically. All right. Well,
And I see them come up.
yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'll hop down and walk over to them.
No, sir.
Well,
That's
you
not so.
find
Did you catch any birds up there?
no, I wasn't bird watching. You find what you're looking for?
Found something. Something that made me remember exactly who I am. It's unfortunately, I also found out that some people have forgotten. Had me there.
Okay. You find anything that closed the loop on Clink? It's from your family, right?
Yeah, they built him or rebuilt him, and suddenly he just came to life. My father,
Well, like he just woke up one day.
apparently, with nothing in his head.
They didn't tell you how they had started him.
He just started.
No, they said something about putting all the wiring and soldering out into his limbs and whatever.
Well, yeah, they put him
Oh.
together, but
Hmm.
the moment he came to life was the moment of spontaneity.
Yes, indeed.
Any cherries with a skeleton in them?
What?
Yeah. See, I would have got bored.
Wait, what a second. Wait, what did you say? Skeleton with a Jerry in him?
A chair with a skeleton. in it?
Oh, I see. I see. All right. Now.
Yeah.
What? What? You must explain.
Explain what?
What you just said makes no sense.
Was I there for that?
Osern was, yes. You walked underneath
Yeah.
in the event.
I was like, is he saying that because we didn't find the corpse of your father, he wouldn't have been interested?
Yeah.
The Chroma's basement.
yeah. I got there eventually.
It's Osiris gets it. It's not for
No,
you.
no one was tortured to death and left at my house.
How novel.
Well, not to death, at least.
Not to death. Which is very...
Wait,
My father lives.
your dad's okay.
I think. I don't know. He was going...
Mm.
Or they were... It was...
Wait. Hold on. I thought he died in the fire with you, your sister and your
Yeah,
mother.
I would think so too. Well, I mean, he must have, because if my father was alive, he would have tried to find me or something. Made himself known. The the person who persisted was of a different.
No.
Disposition.
You're telling me this is a whole nother Hector Dollhouse.
Don't
two
say
people in
his
the
name.
head
Just-
situation.
no. It's not another Hector fucking Dollhouse.
What are you
My
saying?
father went to find retribution. I don't know if he found it or not. I will find out.
Okay, do we have a lead on that? Do you know?
We have two, yes.
Yes, we do.
2.
The people who traveled with your metal friend. Before you traveled with your metal friend.
Yeah, I mean, he mentioned something about a girl once before, but she ditched him.
Exactly. Her.
Yes, she's kicking around somewhere.
What about her?
Well,
She knows, well, her father.
Her father gave birth to her or what?
Her father was the one who rented out my family to the people who destroyed them. So excuse me if I'm a little slow.
ratted out. Tortured, right? Can you blame them?
No, I don't. Blame is not the word I would like to use. I feel
No.
like my anger is just either way.
I agree.
Okay. Anything else interesting?
Plenty.
So much.
There's a lot down there.
So
He has
much.
a magic creator.
I have a lot of work to
Very
do.
powerful.
A lot of work to do.
And a warship. A flying ship with armaments on the side. Made to
Okay.
kill Glaucon Meridian.
Specifically?
Specifically.
I'm sorry, you mean like a boat with the air?
An airboat. Exactly, Snasu. An airboat or an airship.
You'll believe it when you see it.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, okay.
There'll probably
you
be
said-
guns on it.
Yes.
They'll
Boom
shoot
boom
rocks.
sticks. Yes. They shoot the boom boom powder. You may dance behind them.
I'll let you have that. That's fine. If and when the guns may come to existence, I'll be behind
Very
That's
nice.
good to know at least.
them. You said a magic?
Yes.
Creator?
Yeah, thingy-majiggy. I don't know. I'm not a
Shit.
grandma.
Yeah.
Yes, it's something that you all probably should know about.
Well, it's a good thing you don't know that modify memory spell.
What is he
Scary
talking about?
chuckle.
I would just have you all swear your secrecy.
And you have mine. As long as you help me kill Dagger Morris.
You have my confidence.
That rose isn't going to cut it, and you know damn well it won't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
killing Dagamaris.
What's he referencing?
Oh, all the shit that was downstairs.
That you did not see, because you were sniffing greens.
Yeah, well, you're here now. You can tell me.
Because you were afraid of a chair.
He was
Possibly
keeping
being in
watch
there?
to make sure that whatever it was that came after
Keeping
the
watch.
remorse before
Yeah.
did not come
When
after
fucking
again
Maximus
once.
came back up.
That makes sense.
I don't
It
doubt
is a
that-
shame you
Fine.
missed it.
We would
I
have
don't
seen
doubt
it.
that
Makes
they
sense.
I mean,
scouted
if they
this
did
place.
come, we would have just come back up to find your carcass, I guess.
Yes, what would you do? They're
That is
magic.
Also, a fair point.
You have boom boom stick.
You would have heard it. And you came running.
That-
And they wouldn't have got the jump on
We
you
would
going
have
in.
just shut the door and waited until they left. Right?
Uh,
Why would we come up the stairs?
wait. You would have came up the stairs.
No, I would have come up. I wouldn't let you die, Nasu.
Yeah, okay.
It would have been hard to hear you.
Thing.
This is
Yes,
a lot of
it
this
was
going on right
deep
now.
down there, and there were
Uh-huh.
cool statues,
Stone doors.
stone doors.
You are descended from part dragon.
That's
Yes.
something that I'm going to have to
Oh, wow.
think about a little more.
Glaucon's his uncle.
No,
No.
not those dragons.
Why? Why?
Although there might be some distant relationship there.
Mm.
Aren't they completely separate?
Patricide. Wait, what's unclecide? Is it just unclecide?
Uncle side.
Cannot possibly be that.
Grandpacide.
The Dragon King doesn't need to be alive anymore, but
I mean, how many dragons exist?
Many. There's an entire other continent. Do you think that this is the only one? Also. Oh my goodness, he thought that, yes.
I've never seen other continents.
That honestly, that is true. That is true, Nasu. Neither have I. Possibly I'm being lied to. It is true, yes. Very true, Nasu.
do your research.
Do your research.
Very true, very true. Well, what now? What the fuck do we do now? Are you building that thing?
I'm building everything.
You don't have time though, do you? Don't we have a previous engagement that you agreed upon?
Cruel.
Yes, in that big guy with a hairy chest.
Well, we definitely need to prepare to go there, but
I don't
how
think
much time do I have to get there?
it is. Let me double
gosh,
check the
not a
name.
long time.
Yeah. There's like
This is a side question.
August 16th.
it's like a month.
And this is
months?
July 5th.
June? Oh,
July 5th.
This is
Yeah,
July.
we need to book it.
Yes. July 5th. So you have a month
A month.
and like a week.
To get a 2-month journey.
2 months. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Do the Leonin know much about Cruel?
Not you.
Okay. So, Cruel, what is this?
You know where Cruel is. You know what it is, but you don't know much about it.
Yes.
You didn't ask.
What's it about? What are we doing? That's what I'm trying to say.
It's a place marked by undeath.
Yes. What are you doing there?
Well, Titus Mirkwood. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's the topic of discussion these days. Apparently, he's marching towards the city of Cruel, which has been, for a time, taken over by necromantic magics and undeadly types.
Yes. I know him.
I've been there. I holidayed there for a bit. Lounged about.
Ah, was it fun?
Yes.
It's a zombies versus humans type thing.
So you're going to fight.
Fight alongside Titus Mirkwood. I said I would.
And the goal is to destroy the liches there, correct?
I think so.
Don't know why else you would go there.
Yeah, either destroy them or push them away. Something. I don't know how you kill a lich.
Yes, I don't know what a lich is. So, I'm just following our siren.
Would you follow me there?
Well, there's a month and a week. That is next month. I'm free to decide. I prefer not to think about that right now.
Technically, your contract with me is done. I have escorted you to your manor.
You did a great job.
Thank you. You did not have
You
to
did
do
nothing.
much. Yes, I know.
You kept me company, and that's kind of what I need right now.
Nasu and I were not
all
enough.
kept me
Oh,
company.
right. By the gods themselves.
I'd rather pay you not to fight than pay you to fight.
But now that I am not your employee, might I join you to Cruel?
What in the world is this? You don't want to go there.
It's a terrible place.
No, it is beyond terrible.
Yes, I'm sure it is.
You're not sure enough.
I am sure that it is a terrible place. You don't know what I know about undeath.
I know more than you.
Perhaps.
Why question the lady? If she wants to go to crew, why not let her go with the...
I would question or try and get anyone away
is
from that place.
Not a place you would want to go.
Even you, Nosu.
Since when are you so righteous?
I'm not righteous. I'm afraid, Nosu. And I don't want to live vicariously knowing that someone else is there.
I rode through there once. We couldn't stop.
Twice. You rode through there.
We did.
Yes. But the second time,
Second
I
time
rode
was
through there.
bad. Second time was bad.
We were assaulted by a terrible amount of creatures. There was one in particular that wasn't able to reach us, but if it would have been horrifying. It's 8 foot
Mm.
with hands.
Ah, yes. I know of that thing. Most of the massaging was done by that thing. Yes. It is fun. But anyway, no. If I could, I would stop Osiron from going there. But look at him. Man's a stone. Can't convince him of anything other than I don't know. Righteousness or vengeance.
So sorry,
Righteousness and vengeance.
I have to ask you before we make any leave this place. Are we going to rebuild Clink?
Where is he?
Like, don't you have him?
Why?
Didn't Vivian give you the...
Oh, I have. Well, I don't know the centerpiece of Clink, but
Right.
he was this stone, the All Soul, is what they're calling it, was put into a machine that was already made by the Erlandi.
Yeah, but
I don't have his form. I can't just make that intricate.
we can't make a new form?
Me alone?
In a month. Absolutely not.
I'm a Grenmore. I'm not. Well, I was going to say I'm not magic, but I'm not quite yet a smithing god.
Not Vulcan yet. Yes.
Right. If we were to retrieve his body, then maybe. I mean, it said that.
His body is metal. Could we theoretically go and get it?
No. Are you gonna leave the centerpiece here then?
No, it stays on my person. Those who seek.
Well, obviously nobody's gotten into that vault
Oh,
except you. Now.
I don't think you understand. I want them to find it, and I want to be there when they find it,
Wait, why?
It's a lure.
so I can smite them.
They won't. They'll still be hunting you. They don't know that you dropped it.
I don't know what they know. I don't even know if they know that I have it.
And yet they're still chasing after you then.
So they know where it is, despite me telling them where it is. If they get this All Soul, I'd
Eternal
rather,
Soul.
Eternal Soul, thank you.
Yeah.
Where am I getting All Soul from?
Throne of the All Soul.
Throne of the All. So that's the.
That's the other part.
My bad. If they get the Eternal Soul, then I'd like for it to be at least over my dead body. At the very least.
I would, if it came to that, would like to see Clink's centerpiece still safe if you were to die.
Well, then we will grab it, yes?
Yeah, make sure you grab it.
You're speedy. I'm very quick.
Listen,
In more ways than one.
I
Wish
met
I'd-
Clink once, and I realized that you guys were close, but this is more than just his memory to me.
Yeah, it's his life.
It's also the death of the Grenmores. I'll protect it with my life.
Look, I understand you got your own whole legacy and everything, but he's his own person, goddammit.
And he is dead.
Well,
Let me ask you a question then. Do you think
He's not gone.
if Clink was alive that he would stay down there, or would he be with us?
You know damn well it's not a fair question.
I'm not trying to be fair. I'm trying to win.
I guess I can't convince you otherwise. Fine. Fine. At least I'll be next to him. That's fine.
Maybe after all this cruel business, you can find him another body.
there's time.
I don't doubt that, yeah.
Apparently he said he can't die.
Perhaps you don't go too cruel with it.
Is there someone you know you can leave it with that will be able to protect it?
I don't know what place
No.
is more safe than this vault right here.
You could give it to Titus.
No.
Titus is going into cruel, isn't he?
I would think that wherever he would be more safe, yes?
Titus has some... Titus already collects souls.
Is he a necromancer?
Not quite. I don't understand it, but I think it was probably an illusion or something. But Titus isn't someone I would consider I trust.
Alright. Do you trust anyone, Ozarin?
Isn't that the rub?
I'm sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
Just reading over those documents made me remember who I was. Before everything, and cruel will be dangerous, but this is the best I have as far as a lead. I can't imagine leaving it anyway.
Do you need it for something?
To draw the maximum out, like you were saying.
For that,
But now you know where their school is, and you have someone that might be able to direct you in the right direction, correct? Perhaps you just find him. Perhaps that is your lead.
if we take the okay, I need lead.
Well, sure.
If we take the proper safety precautions, then I can.
Was there lead down there?
Yes, maybe that place is lined with lead.
Yeah.
Yes,
It would make
an
sense.
extra layer wouldn't hurt.
All right.
If I
Would
can
that
forge
be
a
in your
box,
family's safe of metals?
might be. Let's
Oh.
take a walk.
Huh?
Okay. Make an investigation check as you walk through the grounds.
Flash of genius.
Oh, the flash of genius is back. His nutty rolls, they're back.
What's that? You need me to find something?
Is that a one?
Yeah.
We're helping.
Sure.
We're all here.
God damn it. That one, by the way, would have been a
14.
18.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but it's still a natural.
But it's still a
one.
natural one, yeah.
You using flash of genius? Again?
Yes. Oh my god.
Another
That's a
one?
19.
That's a 19.
Oh, well. Still a 19.
Roll your flash. Oh wait, it's included automatically.
That's
yes.
bananas.
Jesus Christ, man.
That is
That's
bananas.
That's plus 17.
Christ.
That's fucking.
can never
That's a little
fail.
busted. That's okay though.
I spec all of Icklid into investigation. I don't even get that high.
No, of course you don't.
Be smart, I guess.
Yeah, have bullshit
Wow.
like Flash of Genius.
Yeah.
Well, good
Have
manner,
being
he
smart
says,
built
yeah.
into your kit.
Yeah. Okay, so you walk around. It doesn't take you long with a 19, even though you have no idea where to look. Your prowess in investigation and your connection with the Grenmore line leads you to find 2 graves just outside of the garden, marked,
I was gonna say that.
unmarked. Just 2 swords. You see your mother's and your father's sword stuck into both of them.
Yeah, I'll just take a moment and I don't have any words. And then walk on.
Just past that, about 20 feet past that, you see a very strange bush. To you, too, and Humphrey, looks normal. But this bush, each bundle of berries has 7 berries on it. And they are all bunched in a circle. You wonder.
Yes, again.
No, not another puzzle. I can't do another puzzle right now. Eat them all. Just,
Get fat. Fat for wealth.
Ooh, berries. What did I do? Didn't trace my finger.
Trace
on
your
it.
finger.
Yeah.
Okay. So you trace your finger on one of the bundles, and each berry glows before a latch up from the ground, leading deep into the ground.
God, I love being a Grenmore.
Yes,
Yeah,
mine
just
only
like-
has closets of money and.
Y'all just
wine.
like going underground. Jeez.
Where else would they put them? Up in the sky so everyone can see it.
Apparently, you're putting a boat in the sky.
Okay, but
Would you put it past them?
All right, you know what, Nasu? You want to square up? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yes, yes. All right.
Metal's heavy.
Yes, it is indeed.
It's usually underground,
So is a boat. So,
but never underground.
well, I don't know. The dwarves made one, right?
A boat underground?
Yes, it is a railway.
You mean the train?
I've never been on it. Christ. Or Bahamut.
You mean a train?
as if Nasu would have known what the fuck it was if he hadn't been there.
Yeah, but that's exactly why he's doing
No, I
it.
know.
Because he asked the conductor like 20 questions. What does it do? Anyway, let's go down.
Seen a train.
So, you walk down. About 2 minutes, you walk down.
Wow.
Keep going. It's dark.
You carry this metal
As you
all
get
the way back
down
up.
to a certain depth, torches erupt on the side,
Sexy.
begins to widen until you feel yourself step into a very large hall. And as your feet onto the ground, braziers of flame illuminate a warehouse of material. Pallets of ingots of iron, mithril, lead, steel, bronze, brass. There's not much mithril, and you see many, many pounds of iron, steel, and bronze However, the most interesting thing you see is that in the center of this warehouse is a railway. Many carts strung together, and at the front is a very interesting contraption. A glass dome stuck within a mithril chassis, melded onto the front of it. In the center, you see what you would assume is a heart. A Hakeetian heart.
Okay.
Floating within strings of silver spanning off of it. And then you see soldering going down the side of this mithril chassis. This looks to be where Verun and Malin transported all of these materials in.
The train that Eupheme found, did it have...
Kernuem.
Sorry?
In Kernuem?
No. The train toy that Eupheme found.
Yes.
Was that Grenmorian or was that different?
That had a different symbol.
Yeah.
And that you didn't...
I didn't know about.
No. Okay, so...
There was something about that.
There was. Now, you failed the history check.
Right. That's right. All right. My bad. That's a train, right?
Ah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that a train?
Yeah.
An
It's
under-
Railmast
boat.
and also.
yeah, that's a train.
Excellent.
Ground boat.
Oh,
Underground.
excellent,
Underground.
excellent. Very nice, very nice. There's no boom boom sticks on that, though.
Yeah.
So you don't care. Yes, exactly. Oh!
A war train.
Yes, a war train.
I'm gonna look around for adamantine.
If you guys want to make investigation checks
I
to see
wanna
what you can
look.
find.
Let's have a look around.
I'm not going to allow you to take inventory in this short amount of time. However, just know that you have an abundance of iron, steel, bronze, brass, and aluminum.
An aluminum. Okay, cool.
Aluminum.
Yeah, I do want to get... Wait, did you say lead?
Yes,
Yeah.
you don't have as much lead,
Right.
but you do have lead. So you find a pallet of lead. You also find a single small ingot of adamantine.
5-pound chunk of adamantine.
It is about this big.
Ow.
But as you
Oh, shit.
try and pull it, it is immensely heavy. You'd say that a chunk about this big, 20 pounds?
Let's say weird.
These are not like... So I would... Like... These are like... This is like where you get your flour. This is where you get your like...
Basics.
Yeah, this is...
This
not
is
where-
this is metal, and that's
Yeah,
it.
okay.
Yeah. They didn't even hold lumber down here.
Do they
It is
have
just-
lumber?
Not that you can see. They probably held it above.
Balls.
Well, when he's looking at that adamantine chunk, I want to walk over to him and like look down at it with him and be like,
You say make
Oh
"You think
my
we can make bullets?"
I'm gonna make bullets out of you now.
I will say adamantine bullets,
Oh, they would smack.
they can be made, and they do a lot of damage.
Can they?
Each individual bullet that's made out of adamantine can also be made to be enchanted as well.
We just stock a
On top of
warship
it.
with like 5 adamantine bullets, and we just shoot them all right at Glaucon's eye.
You miss, they're gone forever.
Now go get him!
He's a gunslinger.
Yeah,
we
I'm
just
a
don't.
bitch.
We
Yeah,
just don't miss.
Yeah.
You hit it right in
Yes,
that broken eye.
Nasu
No, no, no.
never misses.
Yeah, I'll just-
no,
I'll just-
you just aim it at Osiren's ass, and he never misses.
Oh, man.
I was gonna say, I'll just try aiming.
Never miss
Picture
a shot on me.
Osiren or Eupheme,
Or
one of the two.
Picture a butt cheek.
All right, what are you guys doing now?
Can I get this damn thing to the train?
Again, the train leads away from the manor.
Where does it go?
Oh, let's go check it out.
Okay.
We'll just leave the adamantine now for now.
Okay. Make a history check for me. Make a history check.
Bounce.
20, dirty.
20? Okay. You remember your family going and coming back from Omaris, the town that is closest to you, incredibly fast.
Oh, shit!
This train, you would think, is to and from Omaris.
Oh, I bet it's fucked there right now.
Well, also, like, God, like, where's the tunnel lead? Like, where does it come up? Who knows about it?
Well,
Who's
they would
going to
have
be
to be
startled if
friends of
we...
my-
Yeah.
Family.
Sorry, that was really close.
They would have to be friends of my family.
They'd be so
right?
happy to see you.
Maybe. I had never traveled this as a kid.
No,
Yeah.
never once.
Well,
Oh,
That's my background.
what are you thinking? We got the lead. We can go make the box.
yeah.
He's gonna make the box, and then what? What is the plan? What are we doing for this next month?
We got to figure out a way to get places, whether we're going to Cruel or we're going to Tilia or we're going to that weird-ass island.
The Sprouts, you mean, not the city.
Not the city.
Okay, good. Oh, because I mean, like, honestly, I mean, I don't want to go 2 terrible places in a row, you know? But that's just me. I don't know. You all look rather for it.
It's nothing but terrible
Freaks.
places nowadays.
Okay.
That's
hold on.
not true. This place has been quite nice.
We're talking about making.
Burnt remains of my family. estate.
Still better than most.
There was talk of making mobilization
Taco making.
machinations.
Hold
What
it
if
together.
we-
Don't pay attention to it.
What if we what if we spent our time making something that would get us there in a few days?
Like a warship.
Like a warship.
Like a warship. Do you have the materials?
It's
We'd have to do inventory. It would take. Honestly, Osiren, if you can make a warship, that warship from what was detailed in less than a month, I will get down on my knees and pleasure you to completion.
What?
You heard me.
As if it would be such a hard feat for you to do that in the first place.
It would not be.
Exactly.
Can we stop talking about this?
I'm just saying I'm good.
It would take a long time to be able to locate a 5-pound chunk of adamantine.
This one right over there.
It's that.
A 5 pound? Oh.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it had to be so much bigger.
Jesus Christ.
I'm Lemmy!
That
I'm
is
Lemmy!
No, that's the fucking kilogram of steel feathers fucking made more fast.
He said it weighed 20 pounds.
Listen. Listen. In my defense, I'm gonna cry.
Kilogram of steel or a kilogram of feathers?
So listen,
It's so much. Look at
in my head,
A kilogram of feathers is so much bigger.
In my head, it was so big. We found it. It's so small.
I said however it was.
I wasn't listening to you. I was just like, well, that doesn't match up with the picture I have in my head. With the
Christ, all right.
I'm gonna cry. Ah.
Oh, my heart.
I'm so embarrassed.
Anyway, what are you guys doing?
It's going to be, I mean, it'll be very taxing to create such a thing in a month. I mean,
Well, we can help, yes.
yes, I will need your help.
Carpentry and whatnot. Woodwork.
You need the
Greasy men.
the
Oiled
cotton
up,
from
maybe.
Voss.
Who
The
knows?
cotton from Voss and the
Yes, I don't know anything about that. If we have them here or not.
I am not allowed to go back to Voss yet, so I cannot help you there.
We would never be able to get to Voss anyway. It's too far away.
What do we kicked out or something?
No, I just stepped away for a little bit, and it takes a long time for them to let you back in. I don't know where are like places that we often traded goods with. Come on.
The Northern Realms were very traded with.
Because they were close. Not the
The-
Central Realms? Oh, because we hated High Elves.
Did not like High Elves. However, Omaris is not a High Elven city. It is one of the only remaining halfling, gnome, dwarf, and human cities.
Oh shit!
We like
Oh, never
halflings
mind.
and-
Yeah, let's go there.
Yeah.
I was like,
another high elven city.
It is a trade hub with the Central Realms and the Northern Realms.
Promising.
And that is why the
Responsibility.
Grandmoors decided to set up their residency here.
good neighborhood. Good schools.
In schools, yes. So,
yeah,
are we going to Omaris then?
absolutely. But first, I'm going to make this
Everything's gonna
box.
be so small.
What?
Wow.
Are we gonna be able to get in?
How bigoted.
Yeah, I didn't realize you were.
It's not the size that matters, no, sir.
You are a red man. You are a red man with a tail, and you're going to talk down to people who are a bit short.
I won't be able to get in anywhere.
You're
You
not
can
that tall.
Bend over.
What are you? 6 foot?
6'2".
Ah, it's nothing. What do you think, big man?
How tall is Humphrey? Is he like 5'8"?
5'9".
You look down like.
I'm like 6.5 feet tall.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't care. Let's go then. After you make your weird box, we'll head to Omaris. And then what are we doing from there? Making your Granmorian warship.
I think that's the first thing to do. Yes.
And then we fly to Cruel with it.
And we.
Let's talk about that a little bit more later.
How fast is this thing? It took us 3 months to get from Betwice to here.
I'll just make it
On
fast.
foot. It's not like we will land at night.
You're going to... Oh, right.
I trust magic.
You do.
If we don't get there in
Because you don't
time,
have any.
then we'll just land wherever they are.
Interesting. That's a very interesting... Do you think this Titus fellow will be happy that you are late?
I don't give a damn.
All right. That's
I
fine.
mean,
It is a flying ship. I think
Yeah,
anybody
after-
would be happy.
after he sees what we've been working on, I don't think he'll be.
He requested my presence. He didn't demand it.
All right. That is fine. Why is everyone looking at me? I'm agreeing. Okay.
I just thought you had more to say.
No. Then let us make your lead box, and then off to Omaris we go.
I'm gonna fire up the forge, I guess.
Ah, damn.
Bloom time, baby.
Bring your ingots, and I'll run.
Okay.
Are you carrying any?
Mine's in my bag.
Now we go back in time to the current day. June 18th, 1528, in the Third Age of Elves. Okay. Gabriella, Eupheme, and Iclid stand before the titanic platform, and like ants, you stand before the statues of gods, only one of which you can discern the identity of. You stand in awe, feeling no wind, not for a lull in it, but for a lacking of it ever existing. You feel no sun, hear no water, and sense nothing but pure energy streaming through the pitch blackness that surrounds you. Your feet and face tingle, connecting with the air and ground, feeling a sensation reminiscent of the scar of Glaucon, or of the surface of Hero's Peak. However, it is different in many ways. Perhaps the most noticeable is the lack of any nausea, no tenderness of the groin, and no headache gripping your mind. You feel nothing but a tingling sensation upon your skin, as if you were filled with a static ready to erupt on the next surface you touched. But, as you just saw a few seconds earlier, you find you are not alone, but instead find yourself in the company of a hunched-over man sitting cross-legged, with a large Maine Coon sitting in his lap next to a half-dome of magical darkness, and a spherical, pearl-like object just next to his knee. You approach and see that he is wearing a dirty, black, patched, and rugged duster that curls at the small of his back. Long caked and dyed with dirt and blood it is, stained and muddied with the long life it has had, what the trials and tribulations it has no doubt bore witness to. His face is burned, the entire left side of his head scorched. Wrinkled, leathery, and pocked. His scalp split in two halves, one covered in grimy, oily, and matted black and straight hair. The other, a battlefield covered in only sparse and entirely grayed hair that falls limply upon the slightly wetted, burnt flesh on the left side of his face. His chin protrudes aggressively forward, led astray by a prominent underbite, and his eyes are brown, filled with pain at first glance, watery and afraid, glossed over by many decades of sadness. You see Rockhead Friedman, not Hector Dollhouse. You see him sitting nervously, stroking his cat fervently, and you see the face of a man whose journal you read in the first place. Finding him just as lost as you, it would seem, and just as confused.
Who are all of you? I remember you. I saw you when I looked over her. I believe I saw you as well.
You're him. You're Hector?
No. No longer. I'm Rocket. I'm Rocket the Aged Fragment. Once more. Those barriers knocked down at the sight of my daughter.
So you've seen her?
Yes.
She's here.
She is right next to me. I've been here since she got here.
Wait, can we see her? She
She's in the black dome right next to them. You can't see in it.
Has she
Okay.
seen you?
No, she is not. Baldric has not let it happen.
Is my book on me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to flip it open and
Oh, as you flip it open. You see blood out of the pages. Baths, shriveled, skinny, and near dead.
Close it, close it, close it. What is that?
I won't be able to talk with her.
And who are you?
My name is Gabriella Gretzka. I'm a lieutenant of Titus Mirkwood.
I don't. Yes, it doesn't mean anything to me.
Can I see the inside the other bubble, or is it just pitch black
It's
dark?
just pitch black.
What do you...
You. Thank you.
For?
You took care of my daughter while I was gone. I owe you much.
She took care of us too.
I'm sure she did. And you, boy, why are you here?
What do you know of what's happened?
What do you mean?
Do you know about Tilia?
I know of it.
And that it burned down?
I did not know that. So then, their plans are truly about to begin.
Not long ago, a man named Titus Mirkwood, who she's affiliated with, from what I have also heard, as I was not there, single-handedly raised the city under the tree.
You're saying that's a part of their plans?
I think he's saying that that is the catalyst for them to begin.
Perhaps. I do not know. I am not privy to much of it, and what I was is gone. Lost to my mind. I have remembered much, but there are still some things that I... Well, are not so delicious, and I do not wish to remember. I suppose.
Well,
Is your siren with you?
No.
who?
He was a friend of theirs. He went north, I think.
That is a shame.
I'm wary of saying this out loud, but I'm sure that they're smart enough to already be privy to guess what's coming. Titus plans to march on Cruel in not too short of a time. We
He wishes to march on Crew.
were tasked.
With what?
Don't mention it.
We were tasked to come here, get Dagomar out.
Dagomar. Yes, he is in there, too. And I will have words with him.
You sound angry.
I am.
Most people are angry at Dagomars.
Yes, well,
What did Dagomar do to you?
he tormented my daughter. Made her feel small and taught her negative things of the world. Showed her the evil I tried to leave her in that hole to protect her from.
You know, I can't help but wonder if you would have been able to do more if you stayed.
You know nothing.
I know nothing.
Eclint was your name.
You
You know
just gave
nothing.
thanks to Eupheme, and I feel like
You're too young.
such a gratitude is too much for one person to think that he could hold. You thank him for overseeing your daughter after you left.
Listen here, boy.
I've seen her.
I bet you have.
She's fanatical.
Boy. No day is too early to see a grave for those that talk like that to my daughter. You speak one word. This place is not void of necromancy, boy, and I know much.
You talk gratitude, and you talk resentment, and really I feel like you should just be talking regret. You
I've
left
read
her of your
much.
own volition.
Who are you? I have just met you. You know nothing of me.
I know much.
You read my journal. You were with my daughter as she read it. Then you know that my life has not been easy. In the times that you were alive, I knew only suffering.
And you think you made hers better?
No. I think I made hers possible. Just like my whims make yours. Now watch your tongue if you ever wish to see your father.
What are you doing with those orbs from the graves?
None of your business.
I'm here now. Seems much like my business.
I think we cut off on the wrong foot.
No, I think we're exactly where the right feet should be.
Imagined walking into an undead city with these titanic monsters all about us in this wretched bubble, and we bicker amongst ourselves like dogs. Can
You
we?
are a bitter young man, I see. I would say that you remind me of myself. And for the angst, that would be true, but for the talent, it is not. So bite your tongue, I say again, before I remove it for you, so that the only words that come from your mouth as you cry at your father's feet are tears.
You have to do it with your own decrepit hands?
They are not so decrepit.
My magic doesn't work in here, and I would bet yours doesn't either.
It does, boy.
I could keep talking, and you can show me.
Do you have a death wish? I have no qualms with killing you. I do not know you, and I have killed for far less. But you have insulted me and my daughter. So you either apologize to me, or I kill you. Which will it be, Icklid? I am not who you think I am, and I will not be took down to by some runt with a book.
I've walked with your daughter. I've not walked with you.
Yes, you have. You have walked with my daughter, and yet you have nothing but poor things to say.
To the person that left her?
To the person that left her.
To the person that left her to be hunted by who knows how many untold powerful people? Left her so she could go mad looking for you? In every nook and cranny that she could find?
I think lost her is probably more apt.
I lost myself, boy.
I don't think lost her is apt. You knew what would happen if you left.
I did not. Barely knew who I was, and I'm not going to explain myself to you.
Are you making an insanity plea?
An insanity plea? What is this, a courthouse? You are no judge, you are no jury, but I am an executioner if you continue this track. You left your father and your mother, yes?
What?
Did you not?
No.
That is what Baldric told me.
It's good to know Baldric doesn't know everything.
We know more than you, as mages of divination. What are you? A boy. And nothing more without that book.
So,
I guess it means nothing.
I've said my piece.
You've not said anything worth hearing
To you, maybe.
to anyone.
That's fine. I'm satisfied.
No, you are not.
No. You can't tell me what I am now.
I know more than you. A
Fine.
lost, stray boy without a place in the world.
Well, I don't care to know anymore.
About yourself.
About anything, maybe.
I think
What?
that's
You
enough.
can-
I think that's enough.
Like I said, I've said my piece.
Can we talk about something useful now?
Yes, like, what did she need you for, anyways?
Who?
Vivian, your daughter.
I'm gonna step in between these two, and I'm just gonna turn to Icklid.
What?
Did
We're
she
here.
speak like that?
We found him.
Did she speak like that about him? These things you're saying, did she say them?
What did I... What,
Hold on. Did she say them?
Of course, she didn't speak like I was speaking about her own father.
What did she say?
She said that he left without a word.
That's all she said.
The matter of it all is, while it's noble, your anger is not yours to feel. Allow Vivian to have her moment with him before you.
and what do you mean?
Chide
What
him.
did she need me for? What are you talking about?
You were talking about how she needed to be protected anyways from Dagmaris. Or if you were there, you would have saw any of the perils that she had to face.
She is a very capable woman. They were not perils to someone with her power. They were tasks. Perhaps they were perils to you, boy. Mere rungs on a ladder for the likes of Vivian.
The way you talk about her like that makes her sound like a pawn.
She's not a pawn. She is my daughter, and I think very highly of her.
And your actions have told nothing but otherwise.
How silly you are. I've sacrificed more than you have. I've forgotten more than you know. And I have felt more pain than any in this room have felt.
more
you
pain could there be than a father leaving their child?
leaving their daughter.
Willingly.
You think I did so willingly?
Do you think he'd be here?
I think he
willingly?
knew what would happen if he left.
What do you mean? How do you... I'm sorry, I know I don't know a lot about the situation,
Do
but
you
you're
think-
just meeting this man. You've been traveling with her for how long?
I heard everything in the journals. I heard everything that she talked about.
Do you think, for 1 second, and he pulls out a wand, that I will not kill you?
No, I don't believe you'd kill me.
Then you want to die.
No one's dying.
I'm gonna step in front of Biglet again. I'm gonna grab his shoulders. Just shut up.
Move.
I'll
Move
move.
away.
No, I'm gonna be in front of Euclid.
Listen, if you wish to die, tell me now. For whatever awaits you in this city is far worse, and I will do you the service of killing you, if you wish. But just say that, and do not make me dig for it. I have done my fair share.
You have a lot more to do than bicker with an old man.
I am not that old.
I'm sorry for the insults that a paltry boy has abrazed you with. I do simply want to know what piece of the puzzle you fill. She made a whole party of people very dead set on rescuing you.
I know that. You think very low of me. Fine. Keep it to yourself.
Are you a prisoner here as well?
Footsteps.
Damn it.
coming
Damn
down.
it! We didn't get any
Finish
information.
up. What a reunion this is. Hello, everyone. And you see flowing robes, blue and gold, cerulean blue in color. Baldric for Servius. I saw you. You're a Heimdallus girl.
Yes, I am.
Do I remember him?
Somewhat. Floating in the sky behind Glaucon.
I remember you too, a bit. Floating in the sky outside of everyone's reach.
Well, your savior is not here. So. You, I hear you have a very interesting book. Is it the case? I remember both of you, actually.
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't
Yes. Bulls. I almost killed you. Yes?
And I almost killed you.
Yes, you did, actually. Yes, you did. You have, quite the magic. Remember when I said I still had use for you?
Right.
Well, you walked here, so I did not need to come grab you separately. You. Yeah. Well.
You were in part of the attack on pools.
Yes.
He was there. He orchestrated it.
I
You are a human. You have your head so far up the dragon's ass. Do you attack your own people?
Glaucon. No. No. Glaucon is a pet of those far powerful.
Ah, so you're just a regular traitor then.
Traitor. No,
Wouldn't that make you a pet as well?
sure. But I'm a good dog. To a better master.
Sure, we'll see about that.
I'm sure when you get as powerful as yourself, the racial lines blur you a bit.
What? What are you talking about?
I can't say that I'm not curious as to why you wouldn't find solidarity with humans.
I find plenty. But I do needs to be done. That is where I differ, I guess.
Fair enough.
Hector. Ulrich, yes. Hello.
Slaughter him so hard.
So, do you have any questions?
When are you letting us out?
Oh, yes. Never, actually. Until we are done with you.
And being done with us entails.
All in due time. I actually don't know what you are doing. I don't think you are enriched, so I don't see any reason to keep you alive.
You're fortified vitamins and minerals, baby.
Neither is she.
Oh, fantastic news.
Yes. You are a special case. I hear, at least. I do not have the eye for this thing, but
What?
you are just... you get weaker by the second every day you are not with... you are a big man with... chest. Yes. But you have a book. Yes? And that book is very interesting.
You wouldn't be
Too
able
many
to read
people.
it.
I know how to read.
You wouldn't be able to read it.
You would be surprised. I know you are being cryptic. Something is keeping people from reading it. Perhaps the pages are all blank. Yes. Well, I am the Archmage of Divination. I divine things. I know things. I see things.
Is Vivian alive?
Yes, of course. Why would I have gone through so much trouble with bringing her back to life? Not me, obviously. But bringing her here. You all just walked here. I was going to have to go and track you all down. Again, because I divine where you are. But you walked here.
Are you impressed?
By walking.
We didn't just... Whatever, never mind.
You got here,
Yeah.
and we did not see you until you reached the inner walls. And for that, yes, it is impressive. But I would find it more impressive if this one didn't give off a deathly aura to the point where we could barely detect anyone around him.
What?
What the fuck?
You
Yes.
heard me.
You asked if we had any questions.
Yes. Do you have any?
Yahiro, is he here?
Who?
Yahiro?
Do not know who that is.
He's... Never mind. Fine.
Another question.
Can we speak to Gamarian?
No, absolutely not. Not only that, but what would you have a conversation about? You know so little. What are you, 18, 17? He is ageless, timeless,
Well,
and
then
all-powerful.
Grace me with a morsel before I pass, why don't you?
And he slaps you across the face. You speak up to me from now on. I will take none of that condescension. Your last name is Bloodworth, yes?
That's right.
You're looking for him? Pulls out a gem.
Stop! I knew it! I knew it.
Oh no.
She's scared and breathing.
Oh no. Is that... Oh, that is unfortunate. What's in his pocket? We thought maybe he was enriched when he started using the book at Northern Baron Tookspine. Anomalies popped up. He was not, so he powers weapons. Perhaps you can save him. I hear Vivian knows soul transmutation, but I just heard you talking so poorly of her. Maybe you need more allies, for your father is nothing but my jewelry now. I'll wear him proudly.
I'm armed, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Can I see his wand?
No.
I'm gonna punch him.
Okay, so you... Your strength is 2. Here.
I'm nothing then.
All of that journeying, all of that searching, only to find that. That is a shame. That is a shame.
When?
Right on.
When you answer, or when you ask me questions, and it was sir. Yes, sir.
When?
I'm gonna step over and like put my arm around him.
I did not hear it. Say, cannot. Yes.
If he tries to hit him again, I would like to try and grab it.
That is the easiest I've ever broken anyone, and I've broken many, including him and Hector. What is that face, Eupheme Delian or Eldercrest?
Usually not very much of a thinker.
But you are thinking of what to do to me.
Because I'm a doer.
Yes, you are. You will not get far. Both of these two cannot use any of their abilities, and Hector knows what's best for him.
Can you tell me more about this undead aura you were talking about before?
I can, maybe, but I won't. What fun is that? And I did not say undead, did I?
Deathly.
Indeed.
Well, I suppose there's nothing much to do than wait.
What were we waiting for?
Well, I came here to open this bubble. For a show is about to start. And you all have front row seats. Do not cry. What a waste. The waste of tears. Another enemy made.
How pathetic he is. How absolutely pathetic he is. Incel vibes.
Your father is not in that jam. I don't know where your father is. But I know how to make you cry. I told you I know things.
Is he lying? Is he lying?
Inside check.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
Huh?
That's a good call.
If you want to, you can make an
I
inside
bet
check.
he's good at lying.
I have negative charisma, so
That's just fat, thick ass nat 20.
please.
To drop on
Oh, that's pretty good.
him. That's not a nat 20 though. What am I doing?
Insight.
Insight. Thank you. Dirty 20.
Oh, I have plus
He
5
is-
to insight.
He is so aggressively telling the truth. Condescendingly so.
Thank God. What a cunt.
Doesn't even know who Yashiro is.
I know, God. He doesn't even know the coolest lich on the council.
Anyway, without further ado, step back. This is a father and daughter reunion that they have been waiting a long time for. While you are all having that conversation, Dagamoris and Vivian, you awake to all of your belongings strewn in front of you.
All of them?
Most.
Yeah. Yeah. Watch
Wand,
Wand?
yes, but you
Wand?
Hithgol is not to be seen.
Of course, I expected that.
Hithgol is not to be seen.
They give me back my journal, Bernard Stelmus?
Yes, they did.
I had some other nefarious shit.
The only thing they did not let you keep is Hithgol.
Is Hithgol.
However, it is splayed on the ground. Dagamoris wakes up. Good. He gave us our things. It can only be a good sign. Maybe they are letting us go.
You know they're not letting us go.
I know, Vivian.
I'm gonna start getting my shit together.
My attempt is a joke. Well. So what do we do then?
I see Patrick for Servius and I kill him.
Interesting plan. Sure. I will help you.
We get Hector and
Sure, yes.
And then probably die.
Well, it is better than whatever they have planned for us. That is for sure. I will help you kill Baldric. I cannot if I die. It was nice knowing you, Vivian.
I'm sorry.
It was interesting.
For a lot of things, but for the conversation in Schventon, I'm sorry.
For the conversation in Schventon. What did you do there?
I did what everyone else did to me at the beginning. I told you to change. I didn't understand that you didn't know
Do not
how
give
to
me so
yet.
much credit, Vivian. I have no qualms with how poorly I've treated everyone. I'm not going to shrug that off into something else. There are reasons, but not excuses. And I understand that.
I know. But I'm sorry.
Do not apologize to me.
You're not understanding me, Dagmaris.
No, and you are not understanding me, Vivian. You have no need to apologize. I understand. We are lost, both of us. It is only a shame that we will not have the time to find ourselves. Even if I get out of here. What, I have 2 months.
If we both get out of here, I'll do what I can to try and change that fate.
I appreciate that. And I believe Eupheme will as well. Well, he is a fool. I don't know whether to call it kindness or something else entirely. Saying he is foolhardy seems diminishing, minimizing. But perhaps I will just call it that. Eupheme is foolhardy, confident. I can appreciate that. So he will be on your side, most likely.
I think Eupheme just cares.
That is why he is a fool.
I don't think so. I've forgiven you
For what?
for the beginning.
Oh, that is good. I'm glad. One less person to hate me.
I've never hated you.
One less person to dislike me or begrudge me, I suppose, then. There are many. And there are many that do it deservedly so.
He said I was going to die here.
Well then, it appears that divination wizards do not know everything. I will not let you die here. It is my purpose, after all. Is it not?
What?
Perhaps you are the most powerful Irelandish woman alive. Matron Mother.
No. There
Not
are still
to know.
those who escaped from underground.
They have no power. If they use slaves as body shields, then they are not that powerful.
You're right.
At least not of the mind. Or the soul. Should I apologize to Iglid?
What would you apologize for?
is my question exactly. Perhaps, I don't know, being brash. Although he is petulant and
Yes.
oversteps his boundaries.
Yes.
Perhaps I will not. Now that I think about it, I probably will not see him again.
For Servius says he's coming to save us. Him and Eupheme. So I suppose you'd have to thank him at least. If they make it. Which
They will not.
won't.
I only hope they are dead, if they came here. For that would be a much better fate.
I have messed everything up.
I thought you were smarter than that.
No,
You think yourself so important.
no, I think that there are consequences for one's actions, and at every turn, the choices I make have hurt everyone around. Eupheme and
Choices have
Euclid are coming
consequences.
here because I wasn't smart enough to see that we should have left. Whatever that orb was in the city of Selm.
It has nothing to do with you. They would have attacked pools regardless.
They
And
would
they
have
would have
attacked
captured
Poole
us.
regardless, but they wouldn't have had the key.
We have no idea what it does, or if they have everything that they need. Do not be so pessimistic, Vivian. That is my job.
You can't blame me for thinking it.
No.
Clink
But I can
died
wish-
because I tried to pursue Hector.
I do not know who this Clink was, nor do I care. What I care about is that you do not die in body and soul in this place. Now pick yourself up, Vivian.
Dagomar, if I can't save Hector, I am going to die.
And I cannot let that happen.
Maybe not physically. But I will die. And then if I can't save you,
A parent is a hard thing to lose. I will not try and talk you out of your pessimism in regard to your mental state after it happens. It will most likely crush you. But do not think of that. You think of the long road ahead after you've saved him. You sound like Eupheme. I'll have to give him another punch for that. Come on, Vivian. You are the most powerful wizard, other than Hector and,
Baldric for
unfortunately, Baldric for Servius, that I've ever met. We will live. I'm quite strong myself.
I know.
I know you know. And so will they. I do not plan to die here.
If they're here, we have to get everyone out.
I will try.
We have to.
I will try.
I won't go if we don't have everyone who's still
I will
alive.
force you.
I can't let people die for me again.
That is too bad. Because if it is you, or anyone else, I will be choosing you. And that is just how it will be. And if you wish to expend your energy in trying to overpower me, then you may do so. I will not say it is futile. I will not pad my ego. But your energy will be best spent escaping with me. Who else will defend me from Titus?
Eupheme would.
Perhaps. And like I said, I will try.
I will take that.
If you remember my speech in the Scar of Glaucon, I said that was all. That was it. I was tired of seeing it. The death, that I had seen too many people die. That includes Eupheme. Barely includes Egled.
I'm happy he made it up there.
It's because he lost his leg. Pity is a powerful thing.
It's such an awful thing to say, Dick.
Yes, well, he's a little cunt. But now he's a little cunt that has to hobble around on one leg. And so I feel sorry for him.
Please stop.
What? It would be worse if I felt the same way even after he lost his leg.
No, I
Vivian.
understand. It's just, I just don't feel like laughing right now.
I'm making you laugh.
Unfortunately, yes.
I'm actually going to have to beat Eupheme's ass. This is his doing.
Please don't hit him.
I won't now, but when things are over, I will give him a... Yes.
Why would they give us back all of their stuff?
I do not know. And at that moment, the ball of shadow.
Okay.
You see Baldric looking down at both of you. You see a large, muscular woman with red hair. You see Eupheme and Nicolid staring down at you. And then you see Hector Dollhouse.
Slowly turn around.
Okay. Hello, Vivian.
Run at him.
Okay. Okay.
Be careful, Mr. Grinches.
Yes. Hello, Vivian.
Are you really? Is this? I'm gonna just pinch his face a lot.
Yes, it is me. It is me. It is me.
I'm gonna check his teeth. Does he have all his teeth?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it for Servius. You fucking cunt.
I'm sorry.
I turn back around and I just hold him. Are you okay? Have they hurt you? Have they hurt you?
So much, yes, I have. But it is okay. I'm here. I'm here with you, and it is nice.
Happy to see you again. I've been looking. I couldn't catch up in time.
Yes, I know.
I'm sorry I didn't.
Do not
I'm
apologize.
sorry I messed it all up and
You
I
did not mess it
let
all
them
up.
get everything and you were trying to protect me. I'm sorry.
Vivian, it is okay. It is okay. You did not do anything wrong. I did not tell you anything. How would you know what not to do? In fact, I did not know. Remember in between. You were with that red man who liked eggs. Yes.
Yes.
And you asked me a question. You said, "Can you stop lying to me?" And I said that I wished for nothing else. a moment of lucidity. It is nice to finally see you, Vivian. You are so strong. And he looks to Dagmaris and Dagmaris.
Oh no.
Despite all that has happened to you, the world did not get you down.
It did.
You were much lower. You were but a child crawling from a pit. You have such strength in you, more than I've ever seen in any grown man or woman. Barely any muscle on you, and you were clawing your way up from the depths as others let themselves die. But not you, Vivian. You fought. And when I crawled you out, you attacked me too. Yes, you did. For you were not done fighting. You were out of the pit, yes. But that is all you knew. And all you've known is that pit since. And I will be there for you to crawl out of it. Despite what some wish. He looks to Baldric.
And I'm gonna be there for you too.
I know you will. Yes. I thanked your friend, Eupheme.
Are you both okay?
Yes, we're fine. Our plans got a little derailed at the last moment, but I am currently coming up with some new plans.
I'm sorry. It is my daughter in front of me again at last, and I actually know who you are. Fully.
You didn't know either?
When I went to Tristfall, it is a blur. I was operating strangely. I barely knew what I was doing. I had an inkling. As if smell is more potent than sight with memory. It echoes in my mind, and I would come to myself every once in a while, but when I saw you in the market with the open flame, the foundations of Hashton's magic began to erode. And slowly I found myself. I did terrible things. Cannon. I remember him. He is gone now, is he not?
He's someone else now, yeah.
Yes, he is. But he isn't. He is still in there, struggling so hard to leave, and I did that to him.
But you can undo it, can't you?
Maybe
We could.
there are some that could possibly do it, though it has not been done. I am so sorry for everything that has come and will now come.
It's not your fault.
No. And he takes out a red gem. But much of it was his.
There was another It was a twin soul anomaly, right?
No, this is Bilphus. The Count is gone.
What?
Yes, I turned him into that.
Why?
For revenge.
What did he do? You don't have to talk.
He ruined my life. That's what he did. He lured me. And Baldric, no. We are not doing that yet. And Hector, or Raquette.
Can I mind link them? Can I try?
Not here, you cannot.
No.
Okay. Now I
You
know.
try.
Yeah, now I know.
Fine. And Dagomars, what is she doing here? Looks at Gabriella. Come for a rematch. Maybe this time it isn't so unfair.
You still lose.
You wanna take that bet?
I would love to. Not really the time for it, though, is it?
No, really. Scared, then?
Scared?
Bitch of Mirkwood.
Do I look scared to you?
You do. Looking a bit small, aren't you?
Yeah, this place, doesn't quite sit right.
Well,
with
I'm feeling
bands out.
spry. Yes.
Good for you. Do
Perhaps when
something.
you haven't suckled at Titus's massive tits.
Still picking fights?
How are you, Fiend?
I Dagomars.
Euclid. What's wrong with you? It's always something.
Take it easy on the kid. He just
Shut up.
trekked all the way across.
Don't you have elves to
cruel-
commit genocide upon? Fuck off. What are you doing here?
I'm here to make sure we get you.
You failed.
Not yet.
Looks like you did.
I'm still alive and
Another
you're still
mission
alive,
failed.
aren't we?
You think, what?
I'm still alive and you're still alive.
If you think this is living, that's interesting.
I think that it's not quite done yet.
All right.
Not yet.
And until it is, then it's not done yet.
No, it is done. You're all dead.
Then we'll see.
No, you're not. You're all dead.
Don't speak so foolishly, Gabriel.
What was that?
I'm just saying I'm not dead right now.
No, what was that? Please.
I told her not to speak so foolishly.
Ah,
He tries to smack me?
he does smack you.
What do you mean he does? I can react.
If you want to make a dex check,
I would like to make a dex check. Thank you.
with disadvantage.
Fuck off.
Okay.
He's a fucking archmage. He doesn't have anything. He's a bitch.
You have -3.
I literally feel your eyes on me. What do you mean I have minus
You have
three?
-3. So roll.
To my dex right now?
Yes.
Whack.
Two nat 20s.
-3.
Two nat
legacy.
20s.
Yeah, this is proper stank.
0.
Oh!
Okay.
Not a natural 1, but it does
So you-
equal to a 0.
Try and move. Get slapped. Those rules of talking up to me, they apply to all of you.
You gotta do worse than a smack then.
I will. You just have to wait. It is a shame what happened to Ashton. But I know. Modify memory as well. Perhaps I make you forget of your glorious savior.
Oh, sorry, hold on. Yes! Are you referring to the archmage that we got?
Slaps you.
I guess you
Talk
are.
up to me. Say sir if there are questions.
Sir, are you talking about the archmage that we got?
Anyway.
Interesting lad.
Touched me.
He's got long, creepy little fingers.
My character.
We're gonna take his ring.
Did Titus do to him the same thing that he did to you? Or are you just always that ugly?
I'm always this ugly.
I bet.
Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah, good one.
What a waste.
Of what?
I don't know, maybe you could pass it on to a boy that could use those genetics better.
Oh. Bet
Perhaps.
you wish you had someone in your lineage who looked like me, huh? So you weren't such a shrimp.
Well, my power is not in my arms.
It's in your big old brain, isn't it?
It is indeed.
A lot of good it did for Ashton.
Ashton wasn't as smart as me.
Yeah. Seemed kind of slimy.
He
Wonder he
was.
made it to be an archmage.
He was a good friend.
That checks out.
But,
Maybe you can join him when Titus comes.
oh, Titus, he will come.
You scared?
No,
You should be.
we're all waiting for it.
Good.
And if Titus is not afraid, good for him. But he will be. And I will see the same pain in his eyes that I've seen in many others, as we strip everything that he cares about from him.
Man, all of you are just a bunch of creepy little cunts, aren't you?
Creepy.
Creepy.
Yes.
What's
Yeah, I have
the
no
matter
time
with
for you. And he just shoves your face away.
I lick his hand.
Ugh, creepy cunt, I said it. Gross.
Brush your teeth sometime, huh?
Just kissed.
Cannon.
Now, all of you, split apart, especially you, Hector. Leave Vivian. And Hector, for just a bit more time. Remember the deal.
What did he say?
I have a question.
Yes. Oh! Slaps you across the face. You have a question. What was that? You have a question, what?
I'll take the slaps.
Then you will not ask any questions.
I have a question, sir.
Ask away.
What did Hector do?
What do you mean?
What is with this vendetta against my dad?
What do you mean, what did Hector do?
We all heard his side. We read what he wrote about everything you did.
What
To
do
bring
you
him-
mean? What did he do?
What? Obviously, it was so impactful. I'm sure you wouldn't mind decrying him here, right now. But we don't know. What did he do?
To what? What did he do to what?
You.
Baby's gonna pitch a fit.
He did nothing to me. Now go cry in the corner.
Just by bringing it up, I was gonna go straight for his mom.
Definitely.
You just got worked up because you just asked. Wow, what a gift that was. Oh, what a gift that was. What a gift that was.
How did Hector look while he was talking about that?
If you want to make an insight check to see.
Whoa. Hector is crazy. Insight, maybe not persuasion.
I rolled poo-poo doo-doo.
Okay. So. All right, Vivian. Stand over there for a second.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Baldric. Please leave me be. And he... That is fine. Backs up. Hector then picks up Mr. Grinch's. Begins to pet him. It has been a long road. Mr. Grinch.
Wait, what's happening? What's happening?
He's just petting his cat.
Why does he look like he's about to cry? Where is Baldric? Is Baldric for Servius going to take him somewhere?
Looks... Baldric is far behind.
Rocket, what's happening?
Stop, Vivian. I am so sorry for everything that I did. Mr. Grinch's.
And Mr. Grinch's.
Wow. Yes. So much pain has come to you. But finally, after all this time, you can rest, Mr. Grinches.
What?
No longer shackled to the chains of my mistakes. You've been my best friend for a long time, and the only person I could talk to. I remember when you were a tiny little kitten, and Vivian rolling you around in their little wagon.
Is he making you do this?
Come on then, Mr. Grinches.
And you watch as he steps up the steps of the All Soul.
Wait, no, what is happening? No, 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 no.
Stop, Vivian.
And Baldric, silence. You see the liquid stone under his feet, the gods above, looming still in their dance positions. He puts his hand over the liquid stone. As an altar appears.
I will make sure your soul finds peace.
Puts him down on the altar. You watch as Roquette walks back down the stairs, leaving Mr. Grinch's upon an altar of strange liquid behind him. With a terrible look of sorrow, his eyes look down at his feet as he nearly stumbles down the steps. Eupheme, you look at this man and see something others don't. A tale woven into his stature. A story shown upon his tender skin of his face. And a song heard within the falling tears that splash beneath the stone of you all. You see not just a man burdened by sadness, by grief and sorrow, but a man nearly crushed beneath it. A man struggling to drag the weight of his own feet alongside it. The statues that still loom like the gods they are above still dance despite these vitriolic emotions, still frozen in their jaunt with the unknown, with smiles on their lips and pep in their unmoving steps. Roquette continues despite the burden Eupheme sees, despite the arch in his back, and despite the many tears that still fall from his face. His eyes never leave the floor, unable to look up at anyone, unable to face, to see those with the eyes to see, those able to witness him in such a moment. But as he walks, Baldric scoops the keystone from the ground, large and pearly in its shape and color, swirling now with a luminescent scene within the scar of Glaucon, a shimmer of pure magic just beneath a glossy surface. He holds it out to Roquette with a villainous smile carving through his lips and an unbelievable look of satisfaction in his eyes.
But as Rocket nears Baldric, his eyes do not linger upon the ground. No, for they look to meet Baldric's. Within, the sorrow and grief Eupheme sees has diminished, burned away by an asperity so palpable, so painfully apparent, you feel its rancorous grip squeezing the jelly from your eyes. They stare into each other for a long time, only Baldric's expression shifting as he notices the wand now clutched in Rocket's hand, a modest twig with a red ribbon tied at its center. The Archmage's nostrils flare, and his lip quivers in unsurmountable anger and disgust, though you all see something else to be certain, a look of petulance, a look of hatred thinly veiling the loud contempt of a child wearing the mask of a man. You see none of this shrouding Rocket's face, no other emotion hiding another. You see only a look of lust, a lust for violence. But this is an expression no predator holds, no ruler owns, and one few murderers have beheld, for it is a look only of a parent of a wounded child may have, a look of not murderous intent, but torturous instead. Rocket still slowly grasps the keystone in his free hand, the other maintaining its firm grip upon the wand, before his eyes tear away from Baldric's formerly smug face, and back toward the strange platform just beyond. Rocket begins a slow march back to the platform, each second passing like days, and the dance of the gods somehow less joyous, the emotions of the living seeping into the granite and infecting the stature of the grand. Each step seems to send tremors up your spine, and the frigid cold of the air steams from your balmy, heated skin. Your heart pumps now not with the fuel of life it feels, but with the acid of anxiety that now courses through your veins. Every moment leading to this point flashes through your minds. Heimdall's, Pools, Dunbar, Othel, anger. Tristful, Avenor, Cretala, release. The Scarf Cruel, Betuise, Asherin, Kernulem, confusion. The Spine, Telemun, Tiliamondilitas, sorrow. Gren, Schventon, the City of Selm, Trullo, the Gulf of Gold, purpose. And finally, the now. All of these memories cascade within your minds as sweat spills from every pore in your body, as sludge bubbles in your gut, as muscles spasm with vile energy, and your tongue struggles against the cage of gritted teeth. Then Rocket reaches the last step. You hear your own breath freeze, your lungs willed by your mind to stop. He appears frail now, observing the sorrow he had just held on his shoulders, taking in the gift, the punishment of mortality, with a resolve most powerful. He looks out to his cat, his companion. The Maine Coon's eyes filled with a sadness as well, a sadness rivaling any you've seen, but also something else. A look of peaceful acceptance, held in the ridges of the cat's brow. And as you see this, he looks not mangy or dirty, but beautiful instead, regal upon his altar, celebrated by the gods themselves. Mr. Grinches holds his gaze with Rocket's, meowing one last gurgly meow, before he lays his head upon both of his paws and shuts his eyes. You watch as Rocket places the large pearl onto the edge of the liquid stone. The pearl is absorbed into the strange liquid, and ripples fly out from where it disappeared. Rocket hangs his head and steps slowly down the steps, before you see, above and on either side of the steps in the darkness,
On either steps in the darkness come 9 thrones floating out from the abyss. Upon them you see shrouded figures of different shapes and sizes, 7 of them upon 8 thrones. The thrones, made of silver and bone, and opulent and large, all of them carved in the shape of a single finger. You see upon the tips and the midsections of these phalangical thrones rings of different make and design, though you are unable to see exactly what they are. They hover in the air as if magnificent and abyssal fingers were piercing the shadows of the room. And you see strange silhouettes lean in and look curiously down upon all of you. Then you see a 10th finger, larger and detached from the others. This one appears in front of the archway's top. This finger is not jeweled, nor is it made of silver as well as bone. No, only bone this throne is made of, and old bone at that. Whereas the others appear oddly clean, this appears dirty, scraped, and stained with blood. Within the carved seat of this finger rests another, though his silhouette billows with the edges of many fine cloths, and at its head you see the brightest of 2 fires burn deep within, deep green, white, flame wreathing where 2 eyes may no doubt be. Baldric, Master, it is... And the figure raises his hand. As you all feel every single fiber of your being pushed to the ground. You are the only one who may make a Constitution saving throw.
Come on. Stand up to Gamarian. Come on. Move the mic out of the way. Fuck it.
Yeah, I need
Get your proper.
I'm not good at con saves.
Shh, don't say that.
I'm grinding with it.
What?
20?
Oh! Come on.
Dirty 20?
Come on.
That is not enough to entirely resist it. However, as you fly to the ground, your knees nearly shattering as they hit the stone, you see Eupheme struggling against the weight of it. Marion pushes a bit harder as you can make another con save if you want. Try and resist again.
Fucking hell not. We're gonna need a nat 20 select. Sorry, pardon me.
Damn.
Okay, so this time you
He's so
fly
sexy.
to the ground. Baldric at the front. It is time, yes? I believe it is. No words spoken. The figure leans back. Without a word, 6 of the other figures begin to chant, their thrones vibrating, and the tips of those large skeletal fingers begin to glow a pale, algae green, black, and white hue. However, the finger closest to the largest, appears to glow in a dull red hue, crackling with a somewhat different energy. The incantations grow in their volume, reverberating through the stone you stand upon, quaking the ground and sending tremors up your legs. Then, a final and incredibly powerful shockwave bursts from the platform behind you, followed by a low boom that echoes out into the endless darkness. You look to see more ripples stemming from each of the 3 statues. As you look on at the platform, anxiety filling all of your bellies, Dagamaris and Vivian feel something else entirely. Every inch of their body, every cell feels in an instant as if it were being squeezed by individual hands. You both lose control
of not your bodies first, but of your very souls. And like puppets with their strings held tightly, you are moved without your consent toward the platform.
He's soul transmuting us?
Yes. You are forced into a slow march up the steps until your toes hover above the rippling stone, set upon the small lip just beyond. Your right hands both raise simultaneously, and you watch as your fingers begin to coat in the energy of your souls. Then, both of you suddenly slam your hands into your sternums, feeling white-hot pain spread out over your entire body, feeling your eyes melt and your brain turn to mush. Your stomach sizzles, and your heart explodes. None of this actually happens, but as you pull from your chest a soul-forged dagger, dripping with the very essence of your being,
Making us soul gouge ourselves.
you feel as if it had. Quickly, your left hand shoots out in front of you, palms facing the chins of the gods, before you slice down hard with both of the daggers you hold, splitting your flesh deeply, nearly down to the bone. Both of you watch as purplish and red mixed blood spills rapidly into the stony liquid below. At first, nothing happens. It simply pools atop the strange ripples. Then, the blood begins to bubble, boil almost. And as you watch as more and more blood spills from your still outstretched palm, it turns almost to a caramel, sticky and thick, before flying out like threads, sticking to the hands and bodies of those statuesque gods surrounding the platform. You look at a web of blood that now connects each of the statues, the many threads of thin and viscous liquid. The blood that spills from your hands now seeps into the systems they create, bubbling into caramel before sliding into the many strings, making them thicker and stronger as you become weaker and more frail. Despite all this, Mr. Grinch's remains with his eyes still closed, almost peaceful. You bleed for a minute longer, allowing the strings to become stronger with your essence before the wounds on your hand suddenly close, your blood dammed. And then, like the puppet master retreating his puppets from the stage, you are pulled back down the stairs, flying as the heels of your feet thud against each step before you are tossed down upon the stone. You look over to Rocket's face, twisted in fear, with breath escaping violently from his panicked lungs. Then, low booming shockwaves release from the thrones above. Arcs of energy then leap from their tips, bounding through the darkness and into the blood, sending flashes of light spilling across the platform and its statues, washing into your widened eyes. The incantations gather in their speed, their voices above becoming deeper, and your fear now flows through you as freely as the blood still in your veins. The statues begin to move, grinding upon the nothingness they sat upon, and rotating around the platform. The liquid stone within unmoving with their newfound life. The gods rotate faster and faster, with storm-like winds billowing out as their massive forms careen through the air with the sounds of guttural incantation, the music for their new dance. Faster and faster they spin, and now, as if your eyes deceive you, they do dance. Their faces moving, their arms gently swinging, and their legs stretching. Their speed so fast as it is now that you no longer perceive them moving. Their edges simply blurred as you struggle to comprehend their movement. Their arms swing upward, slowly in unison, coming down until they reach the blood, slicing through it, pulling, as the blood explodes out in between all of them like bloody cotton candy, wild and kinky, with all kinds of energy crackling and flowing through it like lightning through the clouds. And as the storm of blood and energy crackles amidst the dancing statues, Vivian and Agamoris rise once again against their will. And as the lightning of black, green, white, and red flicks through all the blood, They are puppeted into position, their hands waving in the air, before they too slam down, and their bodies bend upon one knee, the other pushed forward toward the platform. The statues follow exactly, and the blood and energy is molded down into a clay, into an orb of its own. Vivian and Dagamaris' bodies dance, the statues following in their steps as they fall to the right, molding the ball of air in between their hands and shaping the orb of wiry blood beyond Mr. Grinch's begins to float within the air. When the orb of blood begins to quiver with energy, the chants continue above, and Roquette looks. No, please! See, Mr. Grinch's belly opens, his blood flying as if in water through the dance and around the bloody clay orb. You see his soul smear across the blood like a fine film, and the life leave his eyes. His blood quivers and shakes as it slowly covers the orb, gripping it in a grotesque hand. Vivian begins to weep, but her dance with Dagamaris continues. And now, with even more malignant energy in their steps, the liquid stone beneath the blood begins to move violently with each step and swing of their arms, with each pounding of their feet against the solid stone. Forms begin to take shape within the platform. More statues made, all of them mirroring Dagamaris and Vivian, their forms sculpted to a T. You watch as their dance shifts, their hands pulling, pushing, prodding the air. And as they do so, the statues follow, moving in tangent with theirs and forming warm the blood into something else. Something else. They all begin to move, gripping as they push, pull, and prod the orb, shaping it into something of a thin veil of soul and life. The chants continue above, though only one moves, puppeting your companions, the maestro of the soul. The dance continues, more methodically and far slower as the chants become lower. Each syllable an explosion. Roquette crushes a red gem within his palm, and from it you see an excess of soul energy spill onto the ground before he tosses it into the dance. The green viscous liquid spun into a taffy before slowly, as if not affected by the wind, creeping toward the veil of blood. You see movement behind it now, a shadow of a figure of some sort, now pushing against the blood made flesh. You see a hand push against it, pushing until the flesh rips, and an arm pierces into the abyss. Shaky, another hand flies through, tears, grabs the wet flesh, pulling hard from it side to side, and allowing a leg to step through on a stair now made before you. A leg pushes out. Ahead, you see a chest, arms. Before you, you see, drenched in blood, arms spread, you see a naked human man with skin pale, slightly gray in complexion. His body is covered with tattoos of necromancy, bones, and black speech. Upon his face you see many piercings through both bold and acute features. Below strong brows and a bald head, also covered with geometric tattoos. He Baldric comes up, bows. Master Melothius. Yes, that is me. Finally in my new body. Or old, I should say. You did so well, Roquette. And Roquette. Vivian. It is so nice to see you with my own two eyes.
I don't know who you are.
I am your master. Krogdai Barum Malothius.
I just want to look at Hector, at Rocket.
And he remember, you came to me for knowledge, and I will give it to you. And you brought friends with you.
No,
Many.
no.
Steps down the liquid steps. Okay. As the liquid stone around him, turning into something else. Cloth. An opulent and open-faced robe with tall collars that spew off the side, chains of silver running down a black, almost velvet front. And all of you, it is good to be in such warm company. You see the one in the back? Say nothing. That is fine as well. Well, who are you?
Am I still like forced down? Eupheme.
Your soul is delectable. But you're not going to give me a hug. It has been so long I've been trapped in that prison.
I don't remember who you are. I don't know.
You have been searching for me. I am your master. Come then.
I'll walk over really, really,
Okay.
really.
You notice that he's around
reluctantly.
7 feet tall.
Holy fuck!
Wraps you.
Looking at Rocket if I can see him.
I have so much left to teach you. And you have so much left to do. Go now. I know your reunion with Raquette has been slow. So go. Be with your dad. I'm not cruel.
Okay. I'm gonna turn around it.
Aldrich. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what my mother did.
Stop.
Kill him.
Sorry.
Do it.
Well, what are you all staring at?
There was only one chair missing, right?
And 7 of the 8 were. Wait, there were supposed to be
7 of the
9.
10 were filled.
7
Sorry.
of the 10 were full.
Oh.
7 of the 9 that were shown were filled. And then the last one was filled. So there are 2 missing
Oh,
seats.
2 missing seats. Okay. That makes sense.
Oh, yes.
Mm. I am assuming that no one here told you why you are here.
I'm
Let-
here to save my friends.
Honorable indeed. I like to see that stalwart souls make the best enchantments. You are all here. Well, some of you are all here because your souls are enriched. Yours is. Yours most certainly is, but by something else. Vivian, and you, Dagger Morris. Not trapped in a sack anymore, are you?
Enriched with what?
Baldrick, explain it to them. And he bone meal breezed into the wind. You see it float to one of the thrones.
Which one? They have a ranked order. Anyway.
Looks down. I do not know as much as he does. But you are enriched, your souls are enriched. The power of Hecate. Something about when you theorize that mortem releases souls through the roots of Terradosia to go back into the world. And it is thought that one of these roots courses through the pools of Hecate. And when a soul courses through that root, they are enriched with their power. They have special properties. They gain power a bit faster, maybe. And Kroltai leans down. Don't. You are limiting their prowess now. Being enriched doesn't mean that you are handed anything. It means that you have more capability. There are many enriched ones. Whether or not you use it is the question. And you have all used it, strengthened your bond. You are interesting. I have only read stories of people like you.
People like me.
Your soul is enriched by not only the powers of Hecate, but of mortem. Death, not necromancy. You see, there are 3 powers of the world. Life, death, and magic. Your soul is enriched with death.
There is much about the soul you do not know. Perhaps you will learn something here. Your soul is not enriched. But that book. And you, looks at Gabrielle.
Oh, fuck.
Your soul is enriched in a different way. We will find uses for all of you. In some way or another.
As enchantments.
Now, you live here now, in Cruel, until we have all the pieces we need. There's more. We are missing one. Maybe two. It is so lovely to see both of you. Hector. Oh, no. Roquette and Vivian. So lovely. Delectable. And it was a pleasure to meet all of you as well. What was your name, young man?
Bloodworth. Iglid. Bloodworth.
I know of your family. Archaeologists. I dabbled in it as well.
Okay.
Baldric, bring them to their cells. Thank you. And Baldric. Come on then. Let this go. Come. Let's walk back.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see Barados?
If you want to try and make a perception check to see his silhouette.
Yeah, I just want to see if he's fucking.
Thickums lion silhouette.
It's a 17, I think, or an 18. Holy shit.
Yeah, you see it.
Can I try to make out the order of the cells?
Sure.
Okay.
We know he's 7 or 8.
Barados?
Yeah,
He's 8, isn't he?
perception.
Oh, no, he might
It
be
was a
s-
19.
11.
19, you do see Barbarados.
Okay. I just wanted to see if he was there.
So, if you are looking,
Oh.
my face is the door.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay? Gamarian,
Mm.
another.
Hmm.
Another.
Mm.
And it goes around like this.
Mm.
But Gamarian is right here.
Ah, and that's the one that was glowing red, brackish.
This one was.
Ah.
Is that one empty?
No,
Who was in that one?
you cannot see.
Red.
If you want to make a perception
Yes.
check.
I would like to.
Barbarados,
I
you
need
see?
that dice. I haven't used it for Vivian.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You see him right here.
Piss and shit. Sorry.
If you would like to make a perception check.
Yeah. I want to see.
Barados. I'm going to kill that guy.
There we
Yeah,
go.
can you? That'd be cool.
19.
I take it
19. You see a silhouette
Mm.
that you can't quite gather anything, but you see what at first appears to be a mane of some sort. A large amount of hair that comes out like this, but you see a bit sprinkle off. Looks to be bound by metal of some sort, judging by the silhouette. Looks like a dreadlock of some sort.
Like a single dreadlock.
What were you looking at? The guy in the second?
The guy
The second.
next to Gamera.
Yeah.
The red lightning guy?
That was Red Lightning. Or Red Energy.
Red
Mhm.
energy.
Did he make?
Yeah, here's hair shoots out like that.
No, it isn't Yahiro. And he's not second. Did you want to try and look first
think one of
at
the
Yahiro's
Yes!
silhouette?
They're
Or
too
maybe
NPC.
surmise that he's one of the missing.
Okay.
16.
16?
They literally sit in bone chairs around it. They just sit around an invention they didn't even make. They were just like, takey.
You see, right there, faintly glowing green and black smoke. The silhouette of Yahiro's hair is exploding from the side. He leans on the side of the chair.
I just assumed he wasn't there.
Bummer, so did I.
That bitch was lying.
What do you mean? You don't know that yet.
For serious?
Oh, for Servius?
Serious was lying. I don't
He
know
must
who
not.
that is.
He might not know who that
He,
is.
does, he
I
probably
don't know
doesn't.
who that is.
Yeah, Hero like just showed up, like a week ago.
And that, as they walk through
Fuck.
the door of the All Soul, is where we're going to end it.
We live here now. Fuck.
Thank you for joining us.
Does anyone want soup?
Yes.
Thank you for joining
Very
us.
much so.
We will be back next week, 6:30 p.m. PST on Wednesday. If you are new here, you want to know what the heck is going on, go to our YouTube.
We have seen.
Check out the abridged episode. Check out the abridged episodes on our YouTube. They're faster. They get you to the point quicker, much faster if you're, worried about time constraints. And you can also see all of our other clips and all of that as well. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.